Fence works in any weather, giving you confidence in your pet's safety at all times. Our pet professionals are experts at customizing solutions to your yard, your needs, and your dog's wants. Let us help you take full advantage of springtime when it's here. Spring into action and visit invisiblefence.com to learn more.
Orlando's premier comedy club and restaurant is the Funny Bone, located at Point Orlando. This week, the Funny Bone welcomes Chico Bean, April 4th through 6th. Check our star-studded calendar and showtimes online at orlando.funnybone.com. Full kitchen and bar available, as well as parking discounts for all guests. Follow us on all social media platforms and get your tickets now at orlando.funnybone.com. We'll see you at the show.
Are you worried about long-term injuries after an accident? I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Before you settle, know your rights and know your options. Visit justcallmo.com. Let's make sure you're covered. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.
This little piggy wasn't affected by the market. This little piggy had protected funds. This little piggy locked in college costs. This little piggy had a 1-year plan. And all the little piggies went wee to college land.
Before you know it, those tiny feet will be off to college. Save the smartest way with a Florida 529 prepaid plan. Unlike a regular savings account, the funds are dedicated and guaranteed to cover tuition costs. So when they're ready to go, you are too. Prepaid plans start at $29 a month. Open enrollment ends April 30th.
Last November, we won. President Donald Trump won a great victory for America First. But the war's not over yet. On April 1st, Florida's resolve will be put to the test, and radical dark money groups are funding Josh Wheel's campaign to stop Trump's agenda, reopening our borders, raising our taxes, setting us back decades. That's why President Trump picked Randy Fine to lead, a true Floridian and a real America First patriot. Florida deserves a leader who will fight by Trump's side. Randy Fine and President Trump are fighting to halt the border invasion, stop skyrocketing property insurance prices, protect access to Medicare and Social Security, and stand up to the anti-Trump cabal in Washington. On April 1st, put America first. Send Trump-endorsed Randy Fine to Congress, because if Florida falls, America could be next.
I'm Randy Fine, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Randy Fine for Congress and the Republican Party of Florida.
Are you ready to rock your taste buds? Head on down to the Whiskey, located at 7563 West Sand Lake Road in Orlando. Chef-driven and foodie-owned, we serve up visually stunning plates with an edgy twist for your palate. Our killer whiskey collection and craft cocktails will blow your mind. With over 1,000 kinds of whiskey, bourbon, scotch, and rye, let's take a world tour of whiskeys. No passport needed. Get your groove on with live music 7 nights a week, featuring local rock stars jamming out classics from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And you can't miss our award-winning burgers, ground fresh and fired up to perfection. Want to know what goes great with whiskey? The Whiskey knows, and they're waiting to share the magic with you. Come find out for yourself at the Whiskey, located at 7563 West Sand Lake Road in Orlando. Experience the ultimate blend of flavor and fun at the Whiskey. The Whiskey, where gourmet meets rock and roll. Rock on over today. The Whiskey.
Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts will take the world by storm.
Yeah! The world has never faced a threat this big. And you're gonna help me stop it.
Us?
Why, you got someplace to be?
On May 2nd.
Avengers are gone. No one's coming to save the day.
Their time.
I think we could be the people that are coming.
Has come.
Being the hero, there is no higher calling.
Let's do this.
Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts. Only in theaters May 2nd. This film is not yet rated.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
The News Junkie is on.
The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day.
The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Monday, March 31st, 2025. Lots to get to today, from three-term Trump to Yankees debut magic bats that hit home runs, and controversy over Morgan Wallen's visit to Saturday Night Live. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Monday?
Not bad.
We made it. Here we are. We arrived today. Long week ahead of us, and hopefully we'll have some fun along the way. So do join us, as I mentioned right off the rip there, with what we call a dispatch. Don't be scared. Don't be alarmed. We use technology. You record those thoughts in your head. You put them down on a dispatch, and we play them here on the show just like that. So we'll see what happens with that. But right now, let's start off as we always do. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to Bucks County, Pennsylvania.
All right.
I've been there before. I've been to Bucks County.
What's in Bucks County?
Yeah, good question.
As I recall, man, my memory's a little soft on this because this was a while ago.
You go through that memory of yours.
You may need a map for this, Sabrina, but I think it's not like incredibly far from Jersey is the way I remembered in my head. That could be wrong. Bucks County, Pennsylvania, because I remember when we went, I went to Trenton, New Jersey at the time. That's why those memories are crossing right there. Beautiful place, gets very cold. I don't know why people live in these places. You folks who live in these cold places, you're nuts. You're absolutely nuts. All our friends in New York. You're wild people.
Thicker skin, but you won't handle humidity, so take that.
Yeah, it's one or the other, really. You got to make a choice, I think.
I Googled Bucks County, and then they gave me a map, but they forgot to indicate where Bucks County is. So Philadelphia is here in this picture. I'll tell you that much.
It's on the border, though. You could end up in Jersey.
Yeah, I remember it being close to Jersey, and I remember it, lots of trees, beautiful place, beautiful spot. But some of the residents are fighting with each other, unfortunately. And it's over a pretty, expected at the moment thing. They're fighting over Teslas. Yes. Yeah. I mean, this is the thing of the moment. And one of them keyed a swastika on the other one's Tesla. And the one whose Tesla got keyed, that person located the keyer, if that's a word, hunted them down and got them on camera. And so now we get to see the very rare confrontation of the two. Fun. The Tesla driver who is angry, the person who keyed the car, who was angry before at Elon Musk and strangely taking it out on a vehicle, but now is caught. You know, the camera is on him. So here we go.
Free service. Free service. How about you pay for the repairs? Write a check. You just bought a Tesla.
I can wipe it off with a towel.
No.
So the guy who did it is like, I'll offer you a free service. We can set this up. I'll offer you a free service.
I can wipe it off with a towel?
Not when you use a key, my dude.
So wipe it right off there.
Poor guy was not what I meant to say, but in the sense of he saw everyone doing it on the internet that didn't get caught. And it is the spew of the aftermath. Caught red-handed, but you haven't had this conversation since you were a child.
And I know this is a radio show, right? We do live stream. We do have a podcast. But in a second here, you're going to see the actual Tesla security footage. I am so amazed that the internet found this guy from the footage because he did a good job kind of covering himself up. But he's being called out here, and he's like, I'll clean it off. I'll fix the car.
No, it is a hate crime, sir. It is a hate crime. Did you write a swastika on there?
I'm sorry you're upset.
Did you write a swastika?
It didn't even work.
All right, there's the tape. He's alongside the car. And he's got a beanie on. I could barely see the guy's facial features or anything. And they caught this dude. And he walks away.
Did you write a swastika on the? It's a key, sir. We see it on the video.
It's not a key.
Did you? Is it a swastika?
I was probably putting my keys in my pocket.
Is it a swastika?
Have you looked at your car?
Is it a swastika?
Productive conversation
This
so
is
far.
awesome. I wish I would have been there in person to hear this.
I've never ran into a conversation like this in person, but is it appropriate to sit and watch? Is it like
100%? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You go outside and you pretend you're doing something else while fully listening.
I think it's even appropriate to, in this kind of heated discussion, to take out the phone and start getting some video because,
sure,
you know what? If it comes to fisticuffs, you might need to,
multiple angles.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. If there's some drama going on in the neighborhood, Courtney goes from 0 to watering the concrete in like 5 seconds.
Damn, are you serious?
Just hanging out here, no big deal.
How many extra walks I have brought Carl on when something's going on in the neighborhood?
And
then
Carl's like, I'm tired, please.
And then after the third time around, I'm like, okay, I'm not getting an update. So now I'm just going to go for my daily walk by myself and just ask them directly.
And I like if somebody stops you, they'll be like, "You keeping an eye on what's going on here?" And you'd be like, "No, pray tell, what is happening over here?"
I didn't realize something was going on with all these flashing lights and cops.
I will tell you this though, you're kind of made to feel a little bit bad about that kind of behavior. But what do you expect?
Yeah.
If you have a public fight like this, like one time, Courtney and I are walking Lady.
Public fighting.
We're on the tail end of our walk, right? And as we're going by this house, there is this big fat dude. He's like 500 pounds.
Okay. 500 pounds walking around?
He's in his driveway. He ain't walking nowhere. He's in his driveway. And his girlfriend who has, or wife or whatever.
Flag on the field.
There's the woman who's with him, who has the vocabulary of like a 13-year-old, is dressing him down. You said you weren't going to sleep with her, and you slept with her. You effed her. You and she's just, she's laying into this guy, and he's dejected, and he's like staring at the floor. And I don't know what this guy did. I don't know who was right, but she was definitely angry. And as Courtney and I are walking by, my head is just like craned, staring at these two in the middle of their fight. And I go, what do you want? You're fighting outside. What am I supposed to do? I'm interested.
And you have the fortune of being there in person. But if I were to walk by and like it becomes too obvious to like stand and listen, the first thing I'm doing when I get home is next door Facebook group in the neighborhood.
What do we got?
Trying to find out what's going on.
There's nothing quite as exciting as some drama like that. So I probably would I'd sit and take a peek at this, what was happening. But the guy's trying to say, no, it was a crayon. I was not using my keys.
Is there a key mark?
Is it a swastika?
That's impossible.
It's at the police right now. It's being fingerprinted.
What do you mean it's being fingerprinted?
Because they're trying to track you down. Thankfully, Facebook tracked you down. So your business, your freaking livelihood, everything down. Because you chose to write so you tell Facebook that you're sorry for writing a swastika on a Tesla.
I like that too. Why is he apologizing to Facebook?
Dear Facebook.
He didn't key Facebook's car. He keyed your car.
Wait, are we sure that the person taking the video is the owner of the car?
Yeah,
he said he's Facebook vigilante.
No, this guy said, I got the car with the cops. The cops are fingerprinting it right now. But then he wants the apology to be directed at Facebook, which is like, dude,
are
you
they
are
fingerprinting
the victim.
the car?
Yeah.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
And cops say that all the time, and it's nothing against cops, but I think it's now been determined that the fingerprinting does nothing but bring peace to the person who's been robbed for 2 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I've done the same thing. Somebody stole the speakers out of the back of my Isuzu Rodeo, and then I had the cops come by, and they're like doing all the careful fingerprint taking and stuff. And I go, should I have word on a suspect anytime soon? And the guy goes, you're never going to hear from us again.
Nope.
Like, we're running it through the database.
Should I have word on a suspect?
I don't know. I want my speakers back. I was 19 years old or something. And I wanted them back. And I remember the guy literally said, we're going to run it through the database, and used air quotes in front of me. And I'm like, well, this all seems phony. So that's what the guy said.
So instead he's just getting powder everywhere?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
But it looks cool.
This guy is the owner of the Tesla, but yet wants an apology for Facebook.
I said I'm sorry.
For what?
And I apologize.
For what?
I have nothing against your car, and I have nothing against you.
So why would you write a swastika on a Tesla?
Obviously, I have something against Elon Musk, but that's not the way
So Elon
to show
Musk owns that car? Because
No,
it was
he
bought
owns
and
the
paid
company.
for. It was bought and paid for a long time
That's
ago.
why it's misguided, and obviously I did not intend to do this.
He said, I did not intend to do
You
this.
100% intended to do that, sir.
And when it comes to, and I've never keyed a swastika, or I can't say I've drawn it, but it's not.
You didn't say you've never keyed anything, though, strangely enough.
Have you checked your car this morning?
I haven't looked, no. I hope it's okay out
But
there.
it's not one fall swoop, that swastika. Like, it does take several moments. Not like a Nike symbol, when you do it in one swoop, it is swastika's intention is there.
The weird thing about a swastika is it's one of the few things where if you see somebody putting it in a car, you know what they're doing. You're not. It's not like they wrote their signature and you go, "What the hell did they leave behind on my car?" You're like, "Okay, I know that trusty old signature, or I know that sign right there. I know what they just did." And Nurse Jan said on YouTube, "You're sorry you got caught." That is what it is. Yeah, I mean, all of these people, they're going out there and thinking no one will ever hear back about this. They're bottled up with rage. There's a lot of people right now just bottled up with rage, and they're looking for somewhere to channel this rage, and they're channeling it into the dumbest place. And so now, there's people who are legitimately going to go to jail for this. Look this guy's name up, see if there's a news story, see if he did get arrested. Chad with 2 Ds. That's always a red flag. Chad with 2 Ds. Sorry, Chads with double Ds. Chad with 2 Ds. Rittenbaugh. Rittenbaugh. Maybe he did edit.
It automatically populated in my search bar.
Oh, yeah? Oh, no.
Bucks County Police charged Doylestown area man in relation to Tesla vandalism.
Damn, bro. Look, you were screwing around and getting angry, and then the next thing you know, now you're going to maybe even go to jail for this stupidity. Take a deep breath, everybody. Relax a little bit, all right? Some of you are fired up and ready to go. And ready to just pop off controversy, right at the drop of a hat.
Maybe time to go to a rage room. If you're just looking for the clip for social media, these days you could set it up to look like it's real.
Has anybody done that? A political rage room where right now there would be there's got to be a broken down Tesla you could get somewhere, stripped of all its valuable stuff.
Why not?
And then you go, come in here, no one cares. You can do this and rage against Elon. If I was that person, I'd go, we got the left wing rage room and the right wing rage room. All right. Whatever you guys are mad at.
I have a question that's going to sound stupid, but can you vandalize a rage room?
I don't think. I don't know, man. Maybe unless they have rules.
Here's the thing: if you go to a rage room, you're there to break stuff, right?
I came here to rage,
but you raged and you carved and or spray painted or drew swastikas everywhere. Mm-hmm. Now the next person that comes into that rage room is going to walk in there and go, "What the actual f?
What's happening in here right now?"
As the owner of the rage room, there's got to be a line. Mm-hmm. For the rage,
yeah,
one would think you could cross.
Yeah, I'm sure that they are making sure you're not doing swastikas or something.
I would hope so, but I don't know what to expect.
You just called the swastika trusty.
The old trusty swastika? No, I did. That was me. Yeah. Real quick, tips at thenewsjunkie.com.
I already have a text from a Chad with 2 Ds. Thanks a lot, Sean.
Deanna from Fort Worth, Texas emails the show, and Deanna says, "Hey, everybody. Sean, you really need to find a better solution for your nasal allergies. Come on. I don't need all these virtual doctors all over the place, Deanna."
You love virtual doctors.
You're right about it in one way. One way being that I don't have any of the normal nose spray that I use.
It's time for you to Navage, my dude.
No, I did. It didn't work for me. I tried that.
What?
I tried the Navage, and all it did was drown me.
Then he tried to sell me his Navage. I'm like, no, that's one of those things you don't get secondhand.
No, hold on for a second here. You could get that comes with nose plugs, so each person can have their custom nose
ones
plugs.
They were in your nose.
No. There's 3 pairs.
How
of
much
them.
was he trying to sell it for?
I don't remember.
All right. I probably not much.
$85. $5 off the original price.
Honestly, I'm surprised I didn't just say take it if you were inquiring about it.
You've just given him a lot more expensive things in the past, so the Navage sell was interesting.
It didn't
Did you
work
put that
for
on
me,
Facebook
though.
Marketplace?
I would never put anything on Facebook Marketplace. I see these cretins that operate in that space.
Oh,
and
I was about to put stuff up on Facebook Marketplace.
Point proven.
I mean, I'm not a cretin. I thought it was. I was been told it's a good place to sell stuff.
So it
but
feels
guess
like
what?
a place.
My meetup location's going to be your house, bitch.
No, stay away from here with these people. I don't trust any of them over there. Anyways, you really need to find a better solution for your nasal allergies. I don't have my normal nose spray stuff today, Flonase. So all I have is like this backup stuff, which is so bad that I did 3 emergency sprays and then I blew my nose and there was blood everywhere.
Okay, Jesus, Sean.
This is bad, man. What's happening here? But I'll get through the show and hopefully won't have to clear my throat too many times. So you guys benefit. That amount of sprays is surely going to liquefy your brain. I think it already has, Deanna. We need you every day for our news updates and need you at the top of your game. Catching up with the podcast, and I have opinions on people that mistake super glue for allergy eye drops. Is it maybe just Darwinism in modern times? Do we really need to update the bottle differences? Have a great day, guys.
I think you kind of do. It happens a lot more often than one thinks.
They're more similar, yeah, than you would imagine. Like if you're getting ready in the morning, you're just kind of like blindly tossing your hand at the thing. It's just, here's the solution. Have the super glue so far away from the eye drops. Never going to happen if you do that.
I just got a very interesting text message.
From what? From a Chris with 2 Ds?
No, I'm going to...
that doesn't work. Chris with 2 Ds is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Just the one right here.
I did print it out on the color printer here at iHeart. The text reads, real ones use Marketplace from your son.
Oh, yeah. You're just furthering my point here. Like these are these vape store employee types.
Fine.
You want to like keep
Ask
your distance
your
from.
dad for 500 split with me.
No, he's already done that. He wants a guitar. I got to get him a guitar. And I said, oh, of course, yeah.
One of the guitars you never touch.
No, he's left-handed. So the left-handed people, you guys. Other than Ned Flanders, nobody talks about the left-handed discrimination that happens out there. It's unbelievable what happens. So, yeah, we're going to work on getting him a guitar this month. But
okay, good.
Also, Greg emails the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com, and he's talking about something we discussed on Friday about a school going to a 4-day school week in 2025/6. This school has suggested they're going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
It's a local school.
Yeah, and then kids are going to have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. The funny thing was they interviewed students who obviously, and teachers who obviously were all for this, except for one student who was like, I don't know about this.
I've been used to my 8-day schedule.
And I said at the time, I was like, if they're thinking about making this the policy for all schools, we are doomed. Kids aren't learning enough in 5 days. So 4-day school week, we're going to have just potato brains everywhere out there operating. Working overnight shifts, apparently. They said, Sean, you ranted about how stupid it would be to have a 4-day school week for high schoolers. My daughter goes to Pompano Beach High, which is on that schedule and has been for quite a while. It's one of the top-ranked schools in Florida. It has an excellent reputation. My daughter's been working as a hostess and now food runner from 14 to 17 years old, so do with that what you will. You guys are awesome, but you got this wrong, in my opinion. Greg, here's why you're wrong, okay? This is perfect for 2 things. One, your entrepreneurial badass daughter. Awesome. And her school that's doing very well. Great. This is why we can't really just run off of anecdotes, though, right? Because even though your daughter is super smart and kicking ass in a great school that does have this and it does work for them, there are an insane field of dodos out there. All of these kids who, like 50% of some of these schools in different districts that can't even read. So I'm saying for those schools, this is not a good thing. If there was a way to say who are the absolute most top performing schools where with unbiased numbers, kids are doing super, super well, and you said you wanted to do an experiment like this in those schools, I'd say high five, kick ass, do your thing. When you're winning, keep going. When you're losing, don't go, how can we take more time off of school? So while you're right in your situation and your daughter appears to be a badass, I'm still saying, generally speaking, for every school to do this would be a travesty. The kids are dumb already. I feel for them. I don't know what's going on, but there's something rotten here. We need to rethink a lot of stuff in just general schooling. But love that your daughter's doing great in her school. And Pompano Beach High School represent out there. Hello to all of you. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from you. Your dispatches are rolling in here on the show. A couple Chads with 2 Ds, I'm sure, sending in their very angry messages. That's fine. We'll take those.
I got them straight to my phone. It says, what's wrong? Tell Scene to suck it. Because Sean with an H is a red flag.
Hey, wait, why? Well, I feel like Sean with an H is we're the minority Seans. You know, in the world of Seans, we are the minority Seans.
I thought the SHAUN was more a minority.
I don't know. I haven't looked at the numbers over like the past 100 years or so, but Scene is the one that is everywhere. Everybody would be like SEAN, 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 SEAN. And then I've met a couple of SHAUNs. I personally have only met like one other SHAWN in my life. I don't know that I've met that many other people with this.
The first SHAWN I knew was a girl.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That happens.
Sean has a girl name.
Yeah, I think you can use it back and forth.
She cheated at Heads Up 7-Up. I'll never forget it.
Oh, my God. No wonder you hate me. Yeah, that'll stick with you. That'll tarnish the name forever. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk about Morgan Wallen, a cowboy on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, my God.
In New York City?
New York City?
This is going to be a culture clash that is sure to work perfectly, right? Well, we'll see what happened, what's real, what's not real, and everything else you need to know or should just hang out with us for. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Enjoy your dominance over artificial intelligence while you can.
Did the coffee machine always have a laser cannon?
Tell your smart speaker to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic still slowing down on I-4 through that Champions Gate area. There's an accident eastbound before Seat Road 429 off to the right shoulder there. The off-ramp's partially blocked due to an accident from I-95 northbound to International Speedway Boulevard.
Let's go, Mike. Activated. Hey. Hello? What's in that, my mic's on, but what's in that stuff I used today? It seemed to work, it actually works better, but I don't think that's something you're supposed to take all the time, right? Is it just for like when you're sick or something, or? Lady dog. Oh, because it works pretty good. I only did, 3 sprays or something, and that worked. Okay. What am I supposed to do then? I've done that before. I didn't really get good results. You think I should do it again? Have you been? So shut your fucking mouth. All right? Oh no, lady, you're gonna get shaved. Oh no. Good luck, dude. Okay, good luck. All right, I agree. Hello, everybody. Crazy drunk cat lady, Alicia, Sam, Sea Witch. Sea Witch says he should play the TARDIS sounds when he activates it. I know only enough about Doctor Who to know that's from Doctor Who. But I've never actually seen an episode of Doctor Who. I haven't actually watched it. Which I probably should at some point, because the way I think about this stuff, so I don't necessarily like Star Wars, but I know Star Wars is good, because otherwise there wouldn't be like a giant cult fan base for Star Wars. It's just not for me necessarily. But Doctor Who has the same kind of thing. And even though I've never seen one episode ever, I know without a doubt that show must be there must be something good about it, right? What do we think about Morgan Wallen, chat? Morgan Wallen yes or Morgan Wallen no? Do we like him or do we not like him? I mean, he sold a lot of records. If I apply that same Doctor Who logic to him, you like him, right? By the way, greatest water bottles on planet Earth. Not vested at all. Ooh, walla. Those are the ones that work the best. You get like the greatest pour. It's just invigorating. Morgan Wallen sounds like a weed eater. Like his voice or his name? That's a god-awful insult. Chaos Imp, a.k.a. Larry, the cable guy, says Morgan Wallen puts out good music. I got to tell you, Morgan Wallen is one of those people kind of like Taylor Swift, where if I'm in the car, I'm like, I don't like this crap. And then I'll be like, I had some help. And then you're singing along. You are drawn like a tractor beam. You're drawn into it. Nurse Jen's talking about the last night we let the liquor talk. That's another one. He's got like 5 songs like that. The thing is, and I feel like in the country music world, right? You think that you could like look down on pop stars, and those people don't play their own instruments. They don't write their own songs. There is no, I don't think there's any music vertical where more often than not, you're watching somebody on stage who has not written that song. Like sometimes they'll write the song with the songwriters, but songwriters in Nashville write like all of those songs. It's crazy. 2 minutes. They don't throw their own chairs off a 2-story building. You know, you throw a couple chairs off a 2-story building and you just can't ever get past it, can you? It makes you look like a real pain in the ass. And the only reward you get is getting invited to be on Saturday Night Live. That's it. Otherwise, you're totally canceled. All right, folks. Coming back in 1 minute. 1 minute.
From the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And you can't miss our award-winning burgers. Ground fresh and fired up to perfection. Want to know what goes great with whiskey? The Whiskey knows, and they're waiting to share the magic with you. Come find out for yourself at The Whiskey. Located at 7563 West Sand Lake Road in Orlando. Experience the ultimate blend of flavor and fun at The Whiskey. The Whiskey, where gourmet meets rock and roll. Rock on over today. The Whiskey.
Have you ever wondered if your pet is lying to you?
Why is my cat not here? And I go in and she's eating my lunch.
Or if hypnotism is real?
We will use the suggestion to enhance your control.
Or what's inside a black hole?
Black holes could be a consequence of the way we understand the universe.
Well, we have answers for you in the new podcast, Science Stuff. Join me, Jorge Cham, as we answer questions about animals, space, our brains, and our bodies. Listen to Science Stuff on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart Radio app, search Science Stuff, and listen now.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Hi, my air conditioner isn't working.
We're hosting a pet rock adoption telethon.
Pet rocks?
The internet says they're endangered.
Rocks are everywhere.
You know what's everywhere?
Frank Gay is everywhere. I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you have AC problems, you need help now. One of our licensed and certified technicians can have your AC blowing cold air in no time. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the new.
On our hands, or are people freaking out about nothing again?
I'm going to go with the latter because I have not seen that moment more than the 24 hours after it all went down.
What moment? Morgan Wallen walking off the stage?
Yeah,
You're talking about?
like as soon as he walked off, it's like, what is he going to do? What's going to happen? Even to the point where it was coming up for me on TikTok. People posting like, I don't want what's going to happen. Like the aftermath of it and how it's going to be this big hubbub over probably nothing.
It's weird because they just did an entire show full of skits, full of like performances, full of like comedy. And afterwards they go, what are people buzzing about? Let's go online and see what people are talking about. Oh, the last 3 seconds of the event where the credits, the credit scene has everybody buzzing right now. The real weird thing here is that I think is like the undertone of what's happening, and I'll explain in a second, is that there's a big contradiction that occurs in these places, and that is country music stars will go on to Saturday Night Live. And in reality, that's a culture clash happening there, right? Like these are people who at Saturday Night Live, how many of them listen to country music? How many of them would be like a Republican? How many of them came from some small town outside of the state of New York, right? Like you're talking about people who are very, very culturally different than you and your music genre. And it's kind of this weird contradiction where country music artists still want to be validated on that level. I'm not saying I blame them for this, but they still want to get that validation that comes with, you know, I'm on Saturday Night Live. I'm performing just like all these other guys. So you kind of have to do it, but with a tongue in your cheek, which is, this happens all the time. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've seen stories about how bands were slated to perform on late night shows. And then when they heard that they weren't going to actually be able to play live, they pulled a prank where they switched instruments, or the drummer just, you know, moved his arms weirdly in the air, showing that he wasn't actually playing the drums.
And I see like where you're coming from when you say that statement. Now, then comes the Morgan Wallen thing, and it's like, it seems like he's overdue on his controversial headline, because I bet if we looked at the times, it's around this time every year that he gets caught saying the N-word on on a webcam or security cam. Then he threw a chair that almost hit somebody and was going to get charged for it. And then now he's walking off. What is he upset about? But of course, he has to post some cryptic message on Instagram stories to make it a whole thing.
So he walked off as the credits were going on, and people thought that looked kind of rude. Like he was like, I'm out of here. The show's done. And then he posted something on social media, which he
posted a picture of the private plane.
Yeah.
Which just cool. So Bo Burnham.
What are you talking about? This isn't Salt of the Earth. It says, get me to God's country. And then he posted his private jet that is flying him out of non-God's country, New York City.
The Devilsville.
And into God's country, wherever, I don't know, wherever that is, some other airport somewhere. Maybe, no, where's the most? Texas. No. Texas would be the place. God's country.
No, I think God's country is the nickname for Colorado.
Is that their slogan? God's country? That's a good slogan if it's correct. And then, well, if that's the case, what if he literally was just going to Colorado and none of this was an actual protest? So if we rewind back to this, is there any chance? So let's say you're performing on SNL, you're doing the whole stupid goodbye thing, which is very awkward looking. Like, look at the person next to you. It's like when you were in Catholic church as a kid and they said, turn to the person to your right and introduce yourself. Turn to the person to your left. And you got to do like the waves and stuff at the end of SNL. Is there any chance you don't see that there's a camera there? Like, the cameras are pretty obvious.
He walked around the camera.
Yeah, like it's not in the studio here in front of me and in lots of places, cameras are getting smaller and smaller. They still have those very large
The camera for SNL, like the main camera, is huge.
Big, right? Yeah. You're not,
and right
you're not,
in the middle.
It's not a secret where this thing is, so he saw that. But they said from his camp, this was an oops moment and was not meant as a diss toward the cast. And they said that was the way he entered and exited the studio all week during rehearsal and camera blocking. So he wasn't thinking about being on camera when he strolled off the stage.
Okay, that's one way to excuse it.
He says he wasn't doing anything weird. This is how they did it. And he was just kind of walking off like he did on all the other takes.
News to me until I pulled the story this morning. Apparently, first, the promos that they posted to hype the show. Usually, like right in front of the stage, the musical artist, the person who's hosting. A lot of fans were calling it very cringe because he looked the least bit interested in being there.
Yeah.
I've not seen them myself, but that kind of, I feel like, started to get eyes on him to see if he was going to pull something.
I think we would be silly not to at least acknowledge there are a portion of people who are just going to crap on Morgan Wallen no matter what he does. There's like people who don't like country music, don't like him for whatever scandal, they don't like whatever.
Who do you think's worse off right now, Zach Bryan or Morgan Wallen?
What did Zach Bryan do?
Remember Zach Bryan had the whole Brie breakup?
Oh, yeah. I got to be honest with you.
He looked like an asshole.
I don't know that the Morgan Wallen guy, just to like hang out with him, seems like he would be a monster. But the audio of the Zach Bryan guy, he was... To say that his blow up was like, do you know who I am, would be the understatement of the year. He's like, you're all losers and peasants, and I'm the king of this world that we're operating. It was all... Get away from the record button, please.
What?
Also, at SNL, the host was Mikey Madison, and I don't even know who she is.
Oh, you know, she's a Nora. She was.
I didn't see a Nora. I thought I didn't think it looked good.
I liked it, but I will say I know her from being the star of Nora, and then she was also in that FX show. Oh, now it's Leaving Better Things.
What was Nora?
Honora was a movie.
Honora is she loved it, but
to start it off, a movie, and it was.
It's about a hooker, and she went with some Russian guy or something who was a mob dude,
and they fell in love, and then it doesn't turn into what you think it is based on the trailer. It was quite a sad but very interesting story in the way that they told it.
It won a bunch of awards, Elaine.
Yes.
Like it was one of those movies that was in the awards thing. But
Best Picture.
Yeah, it was popular in the awards circuit. But
they said she was the first rookie host in I think a couple years, and I can't put my
no way. Huh.
Yeah, I can't put my finger on the name of the guy who was the last one. But it was the first time host in quite a while.
You know, I was looking up her Wikipedia when I saw that she was on the show. I was like, who is this Mikey Madison? And I did really like, and by the way, she was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Scream, the breakthrough is this an horror movie.
That SpongeBob short was so funny to me.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
Oh,
no.
It's fantastic.
For the actual show? No, I only watched the credits. I've only seen the credits so far.
As far as what Celine was saying, it says that she is the third woman that's hosted an SNL show as a rookie host. Courtney Cox in 95, Kerry Washington in 2013, and then Mikey Madison.
Okay.
That'll be in trivia tomorrow.
Certainly didn't know her by her name, but when I looked her up, I saw on her Wikipedia, it says she does not use social media. And I wondered, is that a thing you say, but it's really hard to do in practice? She says in a November 2024 interview that it does not feel authentic or natural to her, and that she would, quote, not have anything very impactful to add to social media. She added that she's a very sensitive person. In that case, Madison, great move on your part. You know, A+ move on your part to stay away from the internet if you are sensitive like that. She believes people should not read what others are saying about them and thus keeps herself ignorant to that part of the internet for her mental health. And when I read that, I was like, it's kind of interesting. And it goes back to a thought that I've had many, many times over the last 10 years or so, where I feel like in many ways, social media was like making it so we could tap into every phone conversation going on at the same time. Mm-hmm. And back in the day, people probably thought, man, things are really cool. They're hunky-dory out here. People love each other. Everybody's nice to each other. And there's not a lot of drama. And if they would get zapped into 2025, they go, oh, my God, people are posting all these hateful things. And my guess is that at that time, people were still having all of those conversations. You just didn't hear them or see them. And the human brain probably hasn't evolved enough to get that much feedback, you know? Like, to be a celebrity, to go on SNL and be like, how'd I do? To look up your hashtag online and see people just saying the worst things you could ever imagine. So I don't disagree with her there. All right, what do you think about all this? Much ado about nothing, or you hate Morgan Wallen, or you think he was trying to take a shot at those left-wing folks on SNL. What do you think? Go ahead and send your dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com.
I mean, it was kind of funny to watch the rest of the credits where, like, people would notice that it happened, and then they were just looking at it like, that was odd.
I wanted to hug Morgan.
Somebody else should have followed him, and then just one by one, they all should have come off the stage and walked right by that camera, and then I don't know what the conversation would be today. All right, when we return, we got to talk about sports, baby. Yeah. You know you come here for sports. That's what you come here for. Sports. And one of the weirdest things, there's a brilliant guy who I guess used to work for the Marlins and was sent over to the Yankees. And the Yankees had this guy, and he's like, everybody's doing it wrong. If we just change the bats, our players will be better. And they put these new bats in play, and everybody started knocking home runs out of the park this weekend.
I mean, it's pretty incredible.
And everybody's like, they're torpedo bats. This is not fair. And there's a whole thing about this. So we'll dive into that world to see what's happening. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for our Monday, we are going to be expecting temperatures to be on the hot side, climbing into the low 90s, a high of 91 degrees today in Orlando. We do have the slim chance of a few showers and storms, but most of these will hug areas closer to, say, Brevard County and Osceola County. For us, we'll see a partly cloudy sky as we head into our Tuesday, about a 10% chance of a stray shower or two, high staying in the low 90s. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Let's go, Mike.
Short break here, folks, and we're coming back to talk about these bats. And is it cheating? Is it some unfair advantage? Is this just being smart? I feel like the Moneyball thing here, you know, where like it's like we'll play baseball smarter. And we'll end up winning. But we'll talk about this and go over everything that happened this weekend with those controversial bats in air quotes in just a second. Very short break. Once teams are using these bats to go after the Yankees, they'll be banned. Yankees got that much power? I could buy that. I think right now it might just be smart as hell. You know, why is everybody else not doing this? Why did it take so long for anybody to do this? All right, we'll get into that. We'll see what you think about it in just a minute. 1 minute.
So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Going to nursing school can change your life, but that doesn't mean it's easy. You have commitments, family, a job. At Galen College of Nursing, we understand that, which is why we provide one-to-one tutoring support and assigned academic advisors who will work with you to keep you on track from day one. You can change the course of your life and the lives of people counting on you, because we believe the better we care for nursing students now, the brighter the future of nursing will be. Galen, the now approach to nursing education. Join us at galencollege.edu.
From the very beginning, iHeart has believed in me.
Even now, I still get excited when I hear one of my songs playing on the radio.
Thank you, iHeartRadio, for honoring the truth I've fought for in my music.
Because we believe in the power of music. All your favorite artists, all in one place.
the free iHeartRadio app.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If you have a 2004 or newer vehicle that's out of warranty or about to be, Endurance is urgently notifying U.S. drivers about their low-cost vehicle coverage plan designed to save drivers thousands on rising vehicle repair costs. Those who qualify can pick their plan, coverage, and repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental cars included. All covered repairs get paid directly to the repair shop for you. Call now for your free quote. Call 800-298-9383. 800-298-9383.
What if I can guarantee the price of Bitcoin will be $1 million in 2030? Well, I can't, but I can guarantee you'll save a lot of money on blinds at my company, Blindster.com. Free samples, free shipping, and guaranteed to fit. Shop at Blindster.com today.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This is the new.
In just a moment here, no one will be triggered. I know there will be no text messages coming in saying, I hate when you guys talk about sports. It'll all be good. It'll all be positive. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. You can email the show or send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. The New York Yankees, friends, they are cheating again.
What?
According to the online world. They're cheating. They've got special secret bats. And the headlines that I see on this story make it sound so much more advanced than it is. In reality, it's just a baseball bat with like a lump in the middle.
Yeah,
but
they essentially put all the wood where the label is.
Where you're going to try to hit the ball.
Yes, and
right?
in the past,
makes sense.
cork was put there, and that was ruled, unfair, illegal in the baseball world. But it seems like they found the workaround.
It looks like this is legal, so I don't know what the problem is. Whenever I see this, I go, are you guys all mad that you dummies didn't think of this first? It's like, there's a way to stay within the rules and do better at a game. Why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah.
If I could put rocket shoes on my baseball players and kick everybody else's ass until everybody else got rocket shoes, I would do that because my goal is to win. You want to win the game, right? I hope that's the goal. The New York Times says, meet the MIT physicist turned Marlins coach behind the Torpedo bats that are being used by the Yankees. Now, you probably sound like a stoner if you bring this up in the Yankees meeting. What else should we talk about today? You know, what are we going to do here? We got Judge out there. He's doing great, right? That's one of the players, I think, right? Aaron Judge. We got this player. We got that player. And then you go, I did think maybe we could use some Torpedo bats. That might be a real good idea. I wonder if people just laugh you out of the room if you suggest that until now.
Well, it does sound, initially like, why don't we cheat?
Yeah.
Maybe we should just do a little good old-fashioned cheating.
And honestly, how did nobody do it before this? Because people legitimately do cheat in baseball more than I think most other sports. Pitchers cheat all the time in baseball. They're putting tar and stuff in their pockets to get it on their hands so that they can have a grip on the ball that's a little bit better. Doing things that they're not allowed to do, that are corking their bats, doing all these things.
What was the thing? What was the big controversy? The World Series where they were hitting, banging trash cans to let them know what throw or something it was.
Oh, they were guessing the calls, or they were stealing the calls, I guess you would say. That's something that happens in baseball. Lots of cheaters in that world. One man's cheating is another man's advantage, though.
But this one, if it's completely within the rules and just nobody's done it before, it sounds like Moneyball 2.
Yeah, I know what this feels like very, very personally, because I played on a soccer team years ago. You might have heard of them. I think there was a 30 for 30 on this.
I'm sorry?
But there was a youth soccer team that I played on, and every single game we played afterwards, they gave stars out to the players that did something good. Mm-hmm. And I went that whole season without a single star. Wow. And I was so
They
upset.
should have given you a star for that. I mean, that sounds remarkable that you
Star
could
for no stars?
go starless for that many consecutive games.
I'm the king of going starless. And in the last game, the coach puts me in because I think we were losing by some extreme margin.
And you were sobbing.
And he puts me in some position where, like, I had the ball on the soccer field.
That usually happens during a game.
So the ball goes to the goalie, I think, and the goalie goes to clear the ball, and I got scared because the goalie was about to kick the ball right at me. So I got into like the fetal position, standing up, and I turned around backwards because I didn't want to get hit in the face with this soccer ball. The ball goes off the goalie's foot, hits my ass right in the center, and bounces back into the goal.
Look at that. Sounds like a goal to me.
Ass goal. I scored an ass goal. And it was very untraditional, but guess who got a star that day on the soccer team?
You just put it right on your butt.
This guy right here. The opposing team was like, can you do that? Is this legal? This is a torpedo bat situation all over again. But they said the New York Yankees bats were the story of the team's franchise record 9 home run day. They put these bats out there, and not all the home runs were for these bats, but some of them were. Then came the discussion about the actual bats used by some players in the 20-9 win.
Oh, my gosh.
That's rough. Who'd they play again?
They played the Milwaukee Brewers. Folks, 9 home runs is a lot, number one, if you don't follow sports at all. And 20 points in a baseball game is nearly unheard of. The uniquely shaped lumber is the result of 2 years of research and experimentation with a former MIT physicist turned coach at the helm. This has Moneyball vibes. The question at its center, where are you trying to hit the ball, says Aaron Leanhart. Where are you trying to make contact? Leanhart, 48, began his work when he was a member of the Yankees minor league hitting department in 2022 and started working on these bats with a torpedo-like shape, and they're custom-made to player preferences, designed so the densest part of the bat is where that particular hitter often makes contact with the baseball. They started using this, and bam, the fat bats paid off. They started slugging these things out there. Unbelievable. But is it fair? Let us know what you think. BDMX Con.
Sounds like the Chat GPT of baseball bats.
Everybody's going to start doing clever things, right? To get one leg ahead. Why not? If there was a way for us to have like these kind of torpedo bats, but radio version, we'd definitely do it. All right. It was like, it's not legal. We're not breaking any FCC rules. If there was a way to get an advantage here, we can't. We just have to win somehow and just blab into microphones.
But we're good sportsmen.
Here we are. BDMX Con says it's baseball. You still have to get all 27 outs. Is that right? 9 times 3, 27. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Wait. No. 9 times 3 each side, right?
Right.
So 27, 40, 54. 54. You get that right?
I'm not doing the math. I'm going to go with what you guys say.
Unless they stop the game early because there's no way the other team can score in the bottom of the ninth. Anyway, 20-9 is not even in the top 10 highest scoring MLB games.
Oh, what's number 1?
Chicago Cubs, Philadelphia Phillies, 26-23 in 1922.
Damn, that's a lot of scoring going on at a baseball game. Was anybody playing in the outfield or
no? That's none of your business. How about that?
Like. The Spanish flu was making the rounds at the time, and they just played on. How does this happen? All right, let us know. We got dispatches rolling in right now. Oh, somebody's talking about the torpedo bats. Here's Daddy 2 Times with the torpedo bat 411.
What's up, y'all? Start talking sports, and poof, the Daddy 2 Times genie appears. When it comes to this torpedo bat thing, it's really a lot of hate on the Yankees. It's almost like politics. People start talking about something based on the team and not the actual details, right? The bat meets specifications required by the MLB. That's point 1. Point 2, it's not just the Yankees. And the Yankees only have a handful of players who are using the bat, right? In addition to the Yankees, there's at least 4 or 5 other teams who have one or multiple players using torpedo bats this season.
Really?
And in addition to that, there's been minor league players who used the bat as far back as last season. So all this hate, man, it's exactly that. It's hate because of who is doing it and the success that they're having. So,
all right, thank you, Daddy 2 Times. They're going after the Yankees because people hate the Yankees because the Yankees win, because the Yankees got more money. Because the Yankees got more star players.
But last time we talked about Yankees and the main headlines was because they had a fan catch one of their balls while holding the other outfielder. And they were like, well, it's part of the rules. We're going to have the guy, leave the stadium. But, of course, he can keep his season tickets.
Baseball's willy-nilly like that. They'll let these things happen.
That's some excitement, if you ask me. Let's go.
I'll tell you, I haven't been completely sucked in yet. But if you've seen significant footage of the Savannah Bananas playing,
they sold out. They moved from their standard baseball field and sold out the stadium that's there in Georgia.
You can say a lot of things about what they're doing, but it's fun.
I thought they just did an exhibition in Tampa and sold out Raymond James or something.
Maybe that was it. But either way, it looked cool, and I appreciate knowing if I go to that game, it's very entertaining.
It is,
Everyone seems to be getting along.
I kind of think if you went to one of those Savannah Bananas games and then went to a regular baseball game afterwards, it would feel
why aren't you guys
slow.
flipping and stuff?
Yeah, where's all the action? There's been zero explosions in this entire baseball game. What's happening?
Baseball finally figured out that they need a Harlem Globetrotters version, of a baseball. That top 10 list I was looking at was only MLB games after 1900, and then there's a completely different list of ones before 1900. And some of these old-ass baseball team names.
What were they? Were they racist?
No. The Boston Bean Eaters.
That's terrible.
I'm listening.
Bean Eaters?
The Boston Bean Eaters is
that seems like
hilarious.
An insult. When you're a kid, you're like, what, Robbie? Robbie's a Bean Eater.
Oh, yeah, he's one of them Bean Eaters from Boston. The Chicago White Stockings instead of the White Sox.
It's like an embarrassing pseudo league going on.
Here we come out, starting lineup for the White Stockings.
And the Bean Eaters. All right, quick break. When we come back, I believe we have our friend Amy Caulfield.
No, I don't think so.
No, we don't have our friend Amy Caulfield, just as I anticipated. We may or may not have our friend Amy Caulfield when we come back. We'll talk about eventually here on the show, Trump being asked about a third term. A third term? What's happening here? We'll see. We'll get into that. And I also wanted to talk about this video that's been going viral. C-Lane's working on censoring this, which I put it through the auto censor software that we have. And it tried its best. No. It's this woman. It's like a whole cheating scandal with this woman. And of all of the videos where you look at them and you go, oh, this is fake, this is fake. I tend to think this video is real. Like it's a legit video. But it's so good that it's staged better than an SNL bit, right? Like everything, the moment things happen in it, it's just absolutely beautiful. So we are going to get to that at some point during the show today here as well. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
The all-new and improved iHeartRadio app is now available with all new features. Download it for free and make Real Radio 104.1 your number one preset for a chance to win cool stuff at Real Radio events.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic slowing down on the ramp from Florida's Turnpike northbound, I-75 northbound. There's a crash partially blocking the ramp from I-95 northbound to International Speedway Boulevard, and traffic still slowing down on I-4 before US 27 and through that World Drive area. You won't be expecting any problems around the perimeter of I-4 on State Road 429 or the Greenway, but if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blue Stream Fiber. HOA and condo board members, fiber internet has never been easier. Blue Stream Fiber simplifies the switch, helping your community save up to 50% while keeping residents happy. Their step-by-step process makes upgrading hassle-free. Visit bluestreamfiber.com/radio today.
Real Radio has your chance to win a dream home makeover. Brought to you by Fairwinds Credit Union. Up for grabs is the ultimate backyard from Orlando Backyard Living. Win a roof from Eustis Roofing, solar from Solar Source, or a cooling system from Mills Air. Get more details and enter all 4 of these contests by going to realradio.fm/contests.
Are you hiding your smile because of missing or damaged teeth? Solid Bite can help. With the latest techniques and technology, you'll be showing off your smile in no time. Call Solid Bite in Melbourne now to receive your free booklet. 321-259-8000.
So,
you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
With spring just around the corner, Invisible Fence brand doesn't want you to be left behind. Give your dog the freedom and confidence they deserve now with an Invisible Fence system. Invisible Fence works in any weather, giving you confidence in your pet's safety at all times. Our pet professionals are experts at customizing solutions to your yard, your needs, and your dog's wants. Let us help you take full advantage of springtime when it's here. Spring into action and visit invisiblefence.com to learn more.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here. Look, when it comes to protecting your family and belongings, what's more important than the roof over your head? Not much. And that's why I go with the most experience out there with the best reviews. That's Eustace Roofing. Over 1,000 5-star reviews with a 4.9 Google rating with over 1,000 reviews. Providing all of Central Florida with quality roofing for over 65 years. And these guys are metal roofing experts, meaning they build it on site for perfect fit. And they even have no interest financing available. Visit eustaceroofing.com today and schedule your free estimate.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts will take the world by storm.
The world has never faced a threat this big. And you're gonna help me stop it.
Us?
Why, you got someplace to be?
On May 2nd.
Avengers are gone. No one's coming to save the day.
Their time.
I think we could be the people that are coming.
Has come.
Being the hero, there is no higher calling.
Let's do this.
Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts. Only in theaters May 2nd. This film is not yet rated.
Point! Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace! You're moving better than you were last week.
Folks, 2 minutes left. Just 2 minutes left. We're getting right back to it. We got another Tesla story, believe it or not, and I have a theory on this. We got to talk about Severance a little bit. I have to issue a correction. Cannot believe I'm doing this. I have to issue a correction on the show. I never get anything wrong. It's tough being the smartest man behind a microphone, but someone has to do it. But when you're wrong, so you do it. You do the right thing. I'll do that in a moment. Hey, Sour Patch Pete. Hey, Beer 30. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Moondog. Hey, Arnott. Hello, everybody. Hope your weekend went well. Hope everything is good in your world. You guys email the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com, or send a dispatch. I'd love to hear from you today. We're coming back in 1 minute, okay? 1 minute.
So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crustyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Join the show. Send your dispatch now at thenewsjunkie.com.
Hello, West Palm Beach. Hello, Vero Beach. Hello, Orlando. Hello, wherever you are listening to the show today. We love you. We appreciate you. And we hope all is as well as it possibly can be in your world. I have a correction. All right.
Ooh.
This rarely happens on the show because I am such an absolute genius. I do not make many mistakes. I have a tiny retraction to make here.
Retraction.
I said previously on the show, hey, you know what's insane? They had all of these wild ballooning budgets on season 2 of Severance. Where could they have spent that money? This is a show filmed inside an office.
Finally.
I was wrong about that.
Yeah.
Now,
so you finished the season, didn't you?
I think that they still overspent because they all overspent. This is part of the machine that is Hollywood and stuff. But season 2 of that show was not just a couple of people or 3 people or 4 people in an office in some white room with a green floor or whatever.
No, whole thing.
There was elaborate winding of stories. I got to tell you, I was sitting there at points, and I've never felt quite as dumb as I did at one point yesterday. Genius comments aside. I watched one of the episodes of Severance season 2, and then I go, what did I just watch? And I went over to YouTube and I did Severance season 2 episode 7 recap.
There is 1 or 2 guys on YouTube that churn out videos almost as if they're getting the episodes early, or they have a lot of content ready to plug in here and there, like within hours of the video posting to Apple TV.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
crazy.
And some of those, like, after, especially like the last couple episodes leading to the finale, where I had to rewind, I had to watch again, still was left confused. And if it wasn't for those influencers kind of breaking it down for me, then I would have no idea what's going on, even though I love the show.
Well, my first alarm was that the episode was just short of an hour, and the recap was like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And I said, hold on, well, what's going on here?
And there's some sleuths, man. Like, they will go and zoom into a product that's being used in the background where any regular person would not notice.
I watched that video, and I said to myself, Sabrina, I was like, did I even watch the same episode as this person?
You never did. You never did. And I also go, I wonder if some of the producers or if Ben Stiller gets a hold of these videos and they come out with something. This is what I've always wanted to ask somebody that's involved in a very popular TV show like this. Breaking Bad is another one of them where people just dissected every little thing, so much so that the fact that people did that is now a form of satire on the Breaking Bad subreddit, where they're like, oh, you know what? The wind blew this way, which means that, this is the turn of Jesse Pinkman's trajectory as a human. Right. Bravo, Vince! That's their whole thing.
Like, this was filmed on Wright Street. You see the street sign in the background. So this, it's like, what?
I want to get a hold of, like Vince Gilligan or Ben. Did I say Affleck? Stiller?
No, you said Stiller.
Ben Stiller, and go, have you seen any of these and gone, wow, that was a total accident. Like,
and then take credit for it.
Exactly. Yeah.
But the whole thing is they're like, they don't do anything by mistake. Everything that they do with colors and aesthetic and camera angles
is
and
intentional,
the sound, and I'm like,
with colors and aesthetic, maybe, but there's got to be a couple mistakes.
I don't know. Some of the things that this guy was saying as I was watching this recap video, I go, maybe I'm not watching television intently enough. And I'll grant you something. I'm bad at some of this. I will look at my phone many times. I will get distracted by something. I'll go over to my laptop and start working on something for work real quick. I do that. But when I watch their videos back, I go, whoa, buddy.
No, the only thing I ever catch is like continuity issues where I'm like, that guy was chewing on a sandwich in the shot before this. Someone messed up, and that means nothing to nobody.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is, but they don't even point that out. Like, they don't even point that stuff out. They just go, when she was turning left, her blinker flashed 4 times, indicating that she's entering her 4th quadrant. I mean, what are you talking about? Just watch the show, man. But I absolutely appreciated that they had to spend a bunch of money on that. So correct the record on that. It was an elaborate thing. There was a couple of... And I don't know how to say this the right way, but I'll give it a shot here. There's a thing that seems to be happening where, unlike England and really all of Europe, really, in the United States, in an on-demand world, we still seem to feel pressured to come up with a certain amount of episodes. You can't just have 7. You have to have 10. You can't just have 10. You have to have 12. You got to have this many. You're doing that quest to get to 100.
I'd like to have a certain amount. I mean, when Upload came back and there was like 6 or something,
Paradise,
I was like,
the one we just watched.
Well, that was 8.
I wish that would have been extended a little bit.
But you guys have both seen Severance season 2. Did you not think that there were at least 2 episodes on there that you went, wow, you're going to whirl me around and rock my mind and blow my world with an episode where it has me thinking about everything that I've watched so far, and you're going to follow it up with like some mundane ass episode.
Yeah, but even to the YouTube guy, the mundane ass episode has
clues.
So much, in it.
I really think they do that, though. They're like, we'll give them a killer episode, and then guess what you get the next week? Here's Boredom City. Here's a bowl of boredom. Eat it and like it and sit there and wait for the next thing. They had 2 episodes in a row that went away from the whole plot of the people who are the stars of the movie.
The Gemma episode and then the Patricia Arquette episode.
It is backstory, Sabrina, but I felt like it could have been done in 2 minutes in another episode and just put out 9 episodes instead of trying to get to 10. I feel like there's this strange thing. MFQ says a season minimum should be 10 episodes. I don't think so. I think we've done one smart thing. In moving to streaming, we've removed this idea that you have to do a show that's exactly, 46 minutes long or whatever would give you with commercials an hour of content, or 23 minutes long because that plus 7 minutes of commercial gives you a 30-minute product. We've gone away from doing that, like stretching things out unnecessarily or shortening them unnecessarily, to one episode might be an hour 20, one episode might be 47 minutes, and that's good. But it still feels like we're like, it's like the Fly episode on Breaking Bad.
Oh, that's a bottle episode.
So awful.
The bottle episodes that they do like that are just unbelievably boring.
But these weren't bottle episodes. Like, the bottle episode is, hey, we're running over budget. We need to crank out one episode for as absolutely cheaply as possible, meaning minimal amount of sets, minimal amount of personnel, minimal amount of, camera and lighting changes.
On the fly.
So and I think the name bottle episode, correct me if I'm wrong, comes from a Star Trek episode where, like, the entire episode they were in a ship in a bottle or something like that.
Really?
There's it's something that has to do with like an actual physical bottle.
This says the term bottle show was coined by Leslie Stevens, creator and producer of The Outer Limits. An episode was like pulling an episode right out of a bottle like a genie. But yeah, you're right. The bottle episodes happen on Star Trek a lot.
But yeah, it was because they were over budget. Now, if the Patricia Arquette episode was a bottle one, that seems like it would have made them more over budget. It might have been boring backstory to some people, but it was still in a completely different locale. I don't even think there was a single shot inside Lumen, and it was all in this really like Arctic tundra kind of space.
We're at the point now with the show, though, that it's like we can't even talk to people about getting into it now. It's for season 3, you have to study the first 2 seasons. Like I cannot
you can't
explain.
come in cold.
Like Nicole's been like getting home while I'm watching the new episode, and I can't even explain what's going on. I'm just I'll have to start from season 1 with you, but other than that, you're on your own.
Yeah. I mean, it is one of those shows that you just cannot hop in cold on. It's just the way it is with those. But it was good. If you haven't seen this, without spoiling anything, do you guys think that if we had the technology to do this, and broadly speaking, Severance is about a couple of things. It's about what is a person. That's what the show is. Like what constitutes a person, and what is love. Baby, don't hurt me. And maybe the interesting thing that comes out of this is, do you think if we were able to have a version of ourselves that could do all of the things that we didn't want to do, and we could like sever them off from us, and they could go do like you're like, oh God, I don't want to do that this week. Do you think that people would do that? And I think they would. I
think they would, but the show is definitely given great examples of why you shouldn't.
Yeah, there's bad things that come out of this sometimes. All right, let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com.
I keep trying to figure out which of the Lumen shirts I want to buy. Like there's some pretty good ones. Like
they sent out like a whole media pack to all the celebrities that gave them the coolest merch.
Yeah,
and you couldn't find any of it,
including
online.
AirPods, like brand new AirPods. But then the some of the ones that I've seen for sale online, I'm like, ooh, that's the one from the retreat that they did. That would be a fun shirt.
I got to tell you, there was one of the episodes, Courtney walks away. She's working on something, right? She walks away, and then when she comes back, she's like, tell me what happened. And I thought I was going to deliver to her like the most brilliant, insightful synopsis of the 5 minutes of Severance season 2 that she had missed. And I screwed something up the whole time. I go, okay, so they're trying to get to the 5th floor of the Lululemon that they're on. And if they all go down to the 1st floor of the Lululemon, they'll be switched and they won't be in there. And and she goes, wait, they're at a Lululemon? And I go, oh my God, no, that is not it. Completely missed the ball on that one. All right, we're going to get to you. We'll hear your dispatches here in just a moment. Those are coming up on the show, and yours can work its way in. Plus, we got another Tesla incident, believe it or not. Or is it? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
I use a crayon.
We'll go over this together and see what we think is happening here. That story, don't miss it, is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Traffic's up to speed on most of the major roadways, although on I-4 there's still some slowdowns eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429 between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. There's a crash on Boggy Creek Road at Lake Vista Drive. Keep an eye out for a crash on I-4 before State Road 429. That's off to the shoulder. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows that with job site delivery, you can get what you need without losing valuable time. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes for same-day delivery, subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Hey there, my sink is leaking water. I need help right now.
We're having a company-wide staring contest. Do you want to play?
But what about my sink?
Okay, me versus you.
No.
Ready, go.
No, I'm not playing. And you know what? I should have called Frank Gay.
Oh, I almost blinked.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When it comes to plumbing problems, you want a helpful operator to guide you and an honest and reliable plumber to provide customized solutions for your home.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Going to nursing school can change your life, but that doesn't mean it's easy. At Galen College of Nursing, we understand that. We provide one-to-one tutoring support and assigned academic advisors to help keep you on track from day one. Galen, the now approach to nursing education. Join us at galencollege.edu.
Kevin, why is my auto insurance so expensive? I need to switch because my company raised my rates again.
I hear you, Jay. I had the same problem, but then I called Acceptance. They saved me hundreds on my car insurance.
Really?
Yes, Acceptance was great. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Do you have their number?
Sure do. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more for auto insurance? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance shop for you by comparing and finding the best rates. You could save up to 30%. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012294.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. Mortgage rates have improved again this week. Get your quote for a refinance to lower payments or get cash out at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Hey, Russ Rollins here for Solar Source. What a great experience I've had with them. A couple years ago, they heated my pool with solar, and now I've been raving about this ever since. They installed a solar battery backup system, so when everyone else loses their power, there's power outages, my house is still running, which is awesome. And now Solar Source is about to take it to the next level for me. My entire home is going to be run off solar energy, which is going to save me so much money on my electric bill. It can do the same thing for you. If you're tired of high-cost energy bills, trust this company. It's Solar Source. It's a company you can trust. They've installed over 60,000 systems since 1984. It's Solar Source. Go to solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters. You'll love working with them, and make that switch today because the future is solar powered with Solar Source. Great company, and you'll love working with them. Please tell them Russ Rollins sent you because friends of Russ Rollins save more money at Solar Source. solarsource.com/monster.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection, one that helps better their everyday through the things they value most: friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything's possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com. If you have a 2004 or newer vehicle that's out of warranty or about to be, Endurance is urgently notifying U.S. drivers about their low-cost vehicle coverage plan designed to save drivers thousands on rising vehicle repair costs. Those who qualify can pick their plan, coverage, and repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental cars included. All covered repairs get paid directly to the repair shop for you. Call now for your free quote. Call 800-298-9383. 800-298-9383.
It all started with a bracket full of dreams. And soon, one team will cut down the nets. College hoops are in the spotlight and have everyone talking.
You think you know what's going to happen, but it never goes as scripted.
Lock in Fox Sports Radio is your #1 preset on the iHeartRadio app for the hottest takes, biggest interviews, and complete coverage. Plus, binge on-demand podcast for more coverage like Good Game with Sarah Spain.
Basketball, and more basketball.
Search college basketball on the iHeartRadio app and listen now.
Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
Get geared up for the next episode. Our friend Amy Caulfield will be back with us next week. She is off doing some stuff, and we'll catch up with her in about 7 days here on the show.
I think one of her kids is in like the finals.
Crazy,
semifinals.
Man. She is always on the move. I don't know how she has enough time and every day for all the things that Amy Caulfield does, but here we are. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com, and Mike emails the show. He says, bottle episodes. We used to call them clip shows. One of the main characters is in danger of death or a coma or has a disease or whatever, and they're trying to save him. Those were the worst. That was the worst when they would do those kind of episodes. You're like, ooh, new episode. And you tune in and you go, I know what you're doing to me right now. I know exactly what's happening here.
Isn't the clip show like when they're like, ooh, this is our 100th episode. Let's somehow, wind back to all the highlights of the first 99.
Yeah, like if there's a love interest in it, they go, man, I can remember the day I met you like it was yesterday. And then clips, they go back to the timeline of their whole relationship. And it's just a waste, I think. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Anonymous emails. They say, I went to the Savannah Bananas game. People like this, man. They're big fans. I think Austin. I think he's a big fan of the Savannah Bananas. I went to the Savannah Bananas in Tampa 2 weeks ago. Sold out 65,000 seats for one game. This past weekend, they sold out 3 games at Brave Stadium. The Tampa game was a lot of fun, even though our seats were in the nosebleed section. Total cost for seats with tax and ticket fees was $40 per seat. How about that? Huh? Like still charging $40 to get into an event like that? There was something constantly going on. It was geared towards entertainment for the fans, very family friendly. I was surprised.
You said Tampa, that was the Raymond James one. That means if there's $40 a seat, the parking was either equivalent to that or very close.
Yeah, that happens sometimes with these things.
If you want to park close.
Yeah, don't worry. You'll get in for just $40 a piece. They'll get it out of you. I was surprised that little Jackson was not the official banana baby of the game. This is where a baby is dressed up in a banana onesie and held up and presented to friends.
That's adorable.
With Lion King music playing. I guess that's something that they do.
What's amazing to me is considering that they not only have practice, like as teams do, but they also at some point have to practice the choreography.
Yeah.
For multiple moments during the game. And they'll do a great job.
It's a whole thing. It's pretty wild. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Somebody says, I spotted a Basic Beast shirt out in the wild, and they've got this photo of some dude hanging out at the Deftones concert, and he's rocking his Basic Beast shirt right there.
I had a lot of friends go to that show.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of photos of that, too. I saw a lot of people who must have been big Deftones fans hanging out. And they have a resurgence of popularity going on, too. Michael says, to a question for Amy of Fox 35. I don't know if we'll ask this to her, Michael. Hey, Junkies, I'm doing an email because the dispatch will be too long. I know Amy Caulfield from Fox 35 is usually on, and I'm hoping for an inquiry. This morning, I had Fox on as I got ready for work, and there was a political ad from somebody named Randall Terry that aired nonstop for 30 to 45 minutes. I had
Corrupted.
it on. The ad contained horrific imagery, which included mutilated babies. I'm non-party affiliated, so I support neither left or right, but even this struck me as too much. My question is, besides the money, why would Fox 35 even consider airing such a thing, even with a disclaimer? Thanks for reading. We got to bring this up around these times because there are some elections going on, folks, and it's important for you to know. This goes for us or Fox or any other outlet. You can't turn down the political ads. All right? You cannot turn them down when they come to you with the political ad unless there's something about it that is like an FCC violation or something that you deem to be completely a lie or like whatever. It's in almost all cases, you cannot turn them down, and you have to give them LPA, which is lowest price available. So not only is it not about the money, they make way less airing that than they would almost anything else. They have to give that person the lowest price, and they cannot turn them down. So just remember that. And when your friends start complaining about stuff like this, they get mad at the radio or the TV, or you can't turn them down. It doesn't matter what party they are. People get mad at this regardless. All right. One more real quick. Somebody sends along a story about Trump's caddy choking out a golfer, and they said, this is a great, wild story. I looked at that. It looks like it's from years ago. I don't know why it's popping back up now, but Thanks regardless for the email. Always love those. Now we go over to another Tesla driver. And I got my theory is being pushed forward here again. I'll outline it in a second. But yet again, Tesla craziness. Let's see what's happening.
Take a look at this. This is video from the victim's Tesla camera. It shows a green car pulling up to a Tesla on busy Route 66.
Cutting him off.
Swerving in front to box the Tesla in. The driver then walks over to the 61-year-old woman in the Tesla and reportedly starts hitting her while she's sitting behind the wheel.
All right, so this dude cuts off the car.
Is his ass hanging out?
His ass is hanging out of his jean shorts. And he's now screaming at and I guess swinging at this old lady.
At one point, the woman says she bit the man's hand. Moments later, the passenger of the green car appears to walk over and pull the attacker away. They finally get back in their car and drive off.
There they go.
The victim today who said she was terrified and can't understand why anyone would do this.
I want to hear from the old lady.
I was just stunned.
Not old lady. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be saying that. This woman. This is the woman.
And I wished that I would have had someone with me that would have protected me.
Damn, this is Tesla drivers in 2024. Like, you're doing the news interview in the black shadows because you want to be anonymous out there. Don't want anybody knowing it's you. And she says that this person like maybe targeted her. So my theory, my pet theory on this that I floated out on Friday, and I want to say this carefully because I will trigger some of you. And this is what I spend my days doing. My inbox is full of 10% of the left and 10% of the right whining like little babies that I'm not fully on their side about whatever. I absolutely think there is a rash of nut jobs who are political crazy people, and they're all bottled up with all sorts of aggression. They're taking inputs from these online outlets and otherwise that are telling them that the world is falling apart and then the United States is over with. And they're channeling the frustration in the dumbest of ways by attacking Teslas. They don't know the people who drive them. They don't know what their political leanings are, et cetera, et cetera. But my pet theory is that there's some other ones that are falling in here that are like road rage incidents. And because the target car is a Tesla, I think the people are, in some cases at least, inaccurately thinking that they're being targeted for the Elon stuff. Now, I don't know if that's the case with her. Maybe she says they mentioned Tesla. But I saw one the other day, and it was like some guy gets out in traffic, cuts off another vehicle, starts screaming at the person, and drives away. Well, they're not talking about Tesla or Elon or whatever. That's like a crazy road rage thing.
Road rage.
So, like, this would happen regardless, but now it's tossed into the Tesla bin.
I'm just appalled. I didn't buy my car for a political statement. I bought my car because it's really fun to drive. And
true.
My politics have nothing to do with that. And I'm ashamed of our society and what they're doing.
This is getting dark. She's going down
the victim, along with the other Tesla owner who received a threatening note.
All right, so they show another Tesla owner who got a note about a Nazi or whatever, which, again, the woman who got cut off, do we know that this fat dude with his ass hanging out of his jean shorts was upset about this stuff, or are we lumping these stories all in together because it involved a Tesla? I think that is happening in some of these cases. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know what you think. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Some of them are obvious, right? Like some of them, I think this one is a guy who you just like see keying the car. This guy's not even keying it. He's got a pair of
needle nose, not needle, but pliers.
Pliers. He's got a pair of pliers.
The police are investigating after a man vandalized a Tesla in a Walmart parking lot. Now, the incident happened at the Brookhaven Walmart on Friday.
What an idiot.
Video showed a man vandalizing the hood and the driver's side of the vehicle.
This guy keyed it big. Like, he went all up and down.
The suspect is identified as 63-year-old Osvaldo Torres Rodriguez. Now, he is an active...
Rodriguez?
He did not get that name very well, but,
no, but like,
bottom line.
I mean, do you not think you're going to get caught? This is now what you're going to do. 63 years old. You should be relaxing.
It's got cameras all over the vehicle. They're going to catch a lot of these people. And that's what's going to happen before other dummies go, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should do that. And we need to be making sure, I think, in most quarters where normal people occupy, that we're not like embracing this as some sort of acceptable thing. There was a story that was in Business Insider this weekend, and it was called The Rise of the Anti-Amazon Avengers. And I read the story, and it was glorifying people, basically, who are stealing from Whole Foods.
What?
Because they're like, Whole Foods is owned by Amazon, which is owned by Jeff Bezos, and Jeff Bezos is friendly with the president, Trump, and therefore, like, this is a legitimate thing.
Oh, my gosh, the 6 degrees of vigilantism.
Right. Yeah, it's like...
Still going to get arrested.
Yeah, you're going to go to jail. You're going to go to jail for, like, something so stupid like this. But while these are going on, always keep your eyes open for stories that don't necessarily fit into that same bucket. All right, friend. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Over the weekend, Kanye debuted his new outfit and spewed out his old robble. Yay! Jessica Simpson is making headlines for trading chicken of the sea for herbal teas of the sea. Men. Snake semen, to be exact. Plus, FCC is investigating MICKEY for promoting DEI and the new Snow WITE. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode of WHITE.
There you go.
Dude, I'm trying to get the rhyme.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, should Americans be able to sell their citizenship? Plus, a Scandinavian sleep hack that's killing it. We'll do sports with Brandon Kravitz. For trivia, it's tickets to Derek's Bentley, Tom Segura, and the Orlando Philharmonic. Plus, we'll talk to Ray Trinley from TK Law and your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
The heat is on for Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson, and we're talking a stretch of the 90s that will last essentially all week long. High of 91 degrees today in Orlando. We'll be expecting a partly cloudy sky, slim chance of a stray shower or thunderstorm, but most of these are going to be staying for areas closer to the coast. Even with that being said, it's only about a 30% chance. As we head towards the end of the week, we will not be breaking away from the 90s, possibly close to the upper 80s for this weekend. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by FreshFromFlorida.com.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting FreshFromFlorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Permanent injuries may not appear immediately after an accident. That's why the
Hello? Microphone's on. Oh, no. Is she done?
Go ahead. Go show.
Let me see. Lady, come up. Oh, my goodness. She looks a little more rotund.
No, I think she looks tiny.
She was a whole different color.
Yeah, she's more blonde.
Come here. Whoa. Look at you. Oh, she's so soft. Oh, my God. That's one lady's worth of hair? Let me see. This is what came off a lady. That's insane.
I think she looks better.
She looks great. I'm sure she's a hell of a lot more comfortable. I know. It's like a coat.
You can give her a puff.
You want a cheese puff?
She's like so blonde.
I know. It's much lighter. Hang on. You happy you got your hair cut? Come. All right. Sit. Spin. Spin. Sit. Lay down. Up. Up. Cheese. She's so much lighter.
Even picking her up is like
wow.
Different.
That's gonna be that much more comfortable.
For her walks.
Yeah. Come on.
Come on, Blondie.
That's so funny how different she looks. All right. See you later, dude. Come on.
I gotta get back.
There you go. All right. Good job.
They'll fix it guaranteed.
Save up to 40% in your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. That's LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Point. Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have...
Let's go, Mike. We're back in 90 seconds. The next episode, then we got tons of stuff to work in before the show wraps up on a lovely Monday. Thank you for hanging out with us. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, all that free stuff. It's free and it helps out, so please do it. It's not a Share the Show Tuesday, but it's still very, very, very much appreciated. Thank you. Back in 1 minute. Less than that.
Not. That's up to $30,000 up front or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't work when you're supposed to be retired. And if any financial advisor tells you it's too good to be true, they simply don't have the options we do. Call Trajan today at 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company.
Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts will take the world by storm.
The world has never faced a threat this big. And you're gonna help me stop it.
Us?
Why, you got someplace to be?
On May 2nd.
Avengers are gone. No one's coming to save the day.
Their time.
I think we could be the people that are coming.
Has come.
Being a hero, there is no higher calling.
Let's do this.
Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts. Only in theaters May 2nd. This film is not yet rated.
He's smiling, and that alone should scare you. This
Hey to you. Thanks for being with us. If you miss any of the show today and you want some company, hanging out and going through all the things happening in the world that are viral and beyond, you can get that podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. And while you're over there, leave us a review. I don't know if that still does anything, but it seems nice. And it's nice to read positive reviews every once in a while. Look, there's people out there enjoying this show, and we love you for hanging out with us each day. All right. Let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
because there's a lot on TV. You can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
You're all losers and peasants, and I'm the king of this world that we're operating. It was all... Get away from the record button, please.
What?
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up is right. You got to work with that mortgage guy, Don. He brings you the next episode and also brings you peace of mind right there at your fingertips by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com. That's where you start the process of refinancing, buying your first dream home, debt consolidation, everything in between. He's looking out for you, treating you like a person, a friend, taking care of your family, and not treating you like a number like all the other mortgage companies would. Start the process today with my dude, that mortgage guy, Don.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
It was 30 years ago, 1995. This gal right here.
Oh, who is that?
Selena.
Selena
That's
is
right.
right. And it was on this day 30 years ago that she was shot to death.
Oh.
I got to be honest with you. On this day, the list that I go through, Today was the day
Is this
for
the death day?
a lot of celebrity shootings, to be exact.
Oh.
Who else? Who else got shot?
Oh, you got to give me a second because I didn't print out everybody. Didn't want to bring everybody down, but just take my word for it. Watch out, celebrities, if you haven't been shot. Today's not your day. Anyway, Selena shot to death in Corpus Christi by the founder of her fan club, Yolanda Saldivar, convicted of murder and sentenced to life in prison, and as of last week, denied parole.
True, yeah.
And I guess also worth mentioning, J-Lo would later build her career off the 1997 movie. So congratulations, except for Selena, because you died today. Little update on the SNL backlash against Morgan Wallen. We now have a writer who has fired back at him.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
SNL firing back.
Full assault rifle? Or?
Crazy.
Yeah.
They don't have those in New York. Nobody on SNL has a gun like that.
Bet.
They don't.
I'm sure somebody... Well, in New York, you can't really have guns, right?
You can,
That whole
but
thing?
it's a lot different there.
So Morgan Wallen immediately walked off the stage as soon as the credits started to roll. He did not stick around to shake the hands or hug the cast members, which is kind of standard protocol for the last 50 years.
Yeah.
Technically speaking, he didn't have to stay any longer. And then he posted that cryptic, "Going back to God's country on a private plane." In response, Josh Patton shared his own thoughts about what God's country looks like. He's been a writer in SNL since 2012 for 236 episodes. The post is a funny rebuttal, is what they're calling it, to Morgan Wallen, except Wallen has 8.3 million followers and Patton has 2,400. So
it's a tough battle.
At least Bro Bible picked it up. He is following his tiny compared to Wallen's, but his response was a sweet old, wait for it, meme. It's a flying meme. The post, I guess, your first introduction to the drama, if you are one of the 2,400 people that responded. Surprisingly enough, no other SNL cast members really responded against the controversy. Some were rumored to be amused by the whole thing. So there you have it. I think we could put this to bed, right? Someone who should go to bed, a long nap, maybe in a place with padded rooms, is this guy.
Kanye West.
Did you see his new interview?
No.
I saw about it. I did not see any of it.
This is with DJ Academics, and you'll have to forgive me because I got the director's cut on World Star Hip Hop, and that was 5 minutes, and I gave you a solid 1 minute, maybe 1 minute and a half because of all the cursing, but he is sporting head-to-toe KKK outfit, this in all black.
Yeah, this is like a reverse KKK outfit.
Entire interview, 1 hour long, and he's opening the door wearing the black T-shirt, the swastika necklace, and then...
Who made that thing, by the way?
I'm surprised he didn't give a shout-out. And from where I grabbed it from, 24-Hour Hip Hop X, they put the Jay-Z and Beyonce photo under it because he starts off with his Jay-Z remarks.
All right.
Hit it, VJ.
All right, hang on. Let's see. I'm not hearing anything here, but let me just bring it back and double check. Yeah, is there...
You got to be kidding me.
No, I don't have any audio on it.
Zero audio.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
No, it's unmuted. I don't know.
Cool. All right. That's what I get for taking the time to censor everything. So.
Oh, no.
There's no way.
I'll try another way here.
Maybe we can come back to that later then. Speaking of Nazi stuff, this group right here.
Danzig.
There it is.
Okay, I got it. You want to hear it?
Yes, please.
Right. So now it started playing.
Answer.
Interviews are weird these days.
Yeah.
Some weird stuff happening out there.
I mean, this was an hour long and...
Accountability, you said to a man in a black KKK outfit during the interview that you're doing.
You go into the 5-minute one that I pulled and you can just hear how hot he's getting. It turns out the KKK hoods don't breathe very well. And probably for good reason. But
Sean, if you were floated an interview with Kanye West next week, would you take it?
I'd take it, yeah, absolutely. But I'd take an interview with
you'd
almost
have to do that
anybody.
off the air. He curses so much.
Yeah, we definitely wouldn't be able to do that live in like this format. But there's not many people who I wouldn't do an interview with. I think this whole idea of oh, no, you're platforming this person.
No. My curiosity is not whether or not you'd want to platform him. I don't care about that. I don't necessarily think I agree with some of the backlash about platforming and all that. It's just that that if you take the Kanye interview, there's going to be something in there that people are going to want to hear. So it's going to be exposure galore. But then you're going to have to deal with Kanye. Yeah. That guy had to sit there and talk to a dude in a black KKK outfit for an hour.
Right. And spewing off. It screams to me as someone who has personal experience with someone who is bipolar. It's very manic right now.
Yeah, I remember
it's all over the place.
But I also think there's a point to this, and maybe this is what you're kind of leaning into a little bit here, Seelan, in some ways.
It would be a chore.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
Yeah, I remember watching the David Letterman show, his Netflix show, My Next Guest Needs No Introduction, and it was in the early seasons where there's a big audience and everything pre-COVID, and he did one with Kanye, and all the Kardashians were in the audience, and Kanye started talking more to the audience than to Letterman, and Letterman looked so annoyed by the entire thing, exhausted.
At SNL, he went on this crazy rant. I think when he was announcing he was running for president, and it was 30 minutes that they had to cut stuff because
and
it
I
just
should say,
kept going.
I would talk to anybody who I'm not bored with, because at some point you just get bored of these people. Okay, it's a freak show. This person's got crazy stuff going on, but it's someone I'm all right, I'm done. That's boring.
So all that being said, because we don't have time to play the rest of the clip, he said he didn't want to have kids with Kim Kardashian. He knew that 2 months after dating her, but had 3 kids with her, 4, excuse me. And then at some point, he says that John Legend wears F-word for gays sweatshirts in August. And the rant goes on and on, so we'll see where it goes from there. And speaking of Nazi stuff, Danzig, they're under fire and facing criticism for using Nazi-associated symbols in their new official merchandise. This is new to me, but Metal Injection reports the group, they're selling some new T-shirts and posters with a questionable design at the dates. Numerous fans have noted the use of, maybe saying this wrong, Sonnenrad?
This says Black Sun.
Yeah, so the sun wheel, Black Sun on the merch. And according to the Anti-Defamation League, the ADL, the symbol is one of a number of ancient European symbols appropriated by the Nazis in their attempt to invent and idealize Aryan Norse heritage.
This says, this looks like a bunch of lightning bolts in a circle. That's what the merch looks like.
Yeah.
Let's see, Black Sun Wiki.
It appears in the traditional symbology of many countries and cultures, including Old Norse and Celtic cultures. It has countless variations. The swastika and similar rounded variants are actually of Sonnenrad form. And
it's pretty similar. If you look at the shirt and then you look at the Black Sun logo, it's pretty similar to that.
The bolts look kind of like the SS ones.
Yeah.
So who knows? I'm just more amazed that it's not done with AI at this point in time. So,
frontman Glenn Danzig has yet to comment on the issue. I guess he's going to wait until all those new orders get shipped, and then maybe he'll comment. Guess what part of a snake Jessica Simpson drinks?
What part?
The semen.
You bet. She drinks a Chinese herb cocktail to preserve her voice, recommended by her vocal coach, who is a snake in disguise.
Is she still singing?
I just saw something recently with her. She's getting more of a rock country.
Oh, really?
Folk vibe. It's not the Jessica we knew.
Last I remember, she was doing a commercial, and it was really uncomfortable to watch her try to get through a commercial live read thing she was doing.
It was very rough. But maybe her performances are, unless the snake sperm works.
I'm going to just toss out an insanely mundane question here. How do they get snake semen?
You use the whole body.
Do you just kill the snake and then squeeze it out of it? Or
I think you just have to talk sweetly to the snake. Play some Barry White.
All right.
And
we'll
then
figure this up.
I think it's just from neck down. You kind of use the whole thing as the member. I have no idea.
Didn't think I'd be asking this today, but here we are,
But yes, snake sperm is in that cocktail. Do you want to show us? Yeah.
It's a specialized process typically performed by herpetologists. The process involves manually stimulating a male snake
What
to
did
ejaculate.
I tell you?
So you literally have to milk the snake, if you know what I mean.
Good. All right, good.
You're doing that with the snake.
That's going to be a gif.
She posted an Instagram video where Jessica is drinking it straight from the bottle, and she says, "quote." I'm not going to say the quote, as a matter of fact. So if you want to check out the video, but if you want good vocal,
Why can't you say the quote?
You got to drink. You got to drink the snake juice.
Well, it's worth it if you really want to get your voice banging. But what's the quote?
That was it. That was it without the direct quote. But you got to drink from the what is it? The tap.
You're a prisoner of your own trapping right now.
Oh, I
That's
know.
what's happening. You're a prisoner of your own trapping. I don't
understand.
grab any clips. I don't
No,
have
but
any
C-Lane will.
magical record buttons around here. I don't have any of that.
On the boob tube. We got American Idol on ABC, The Voice on NBC.
You can say the quote now.
If you want a good vocal, you got to drink snake sperm.
All right.
In Dispute, Lively versus
Unusable.
Baldoni on Investigation Discovery. First season finale of Rescue High Surf on Fox. Hollywood Demons. I watched the first episode about the Seventh Heaven dad.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
That was bad. I mean, it's a good one. Watch What Happens Live and the Oprah Winfrey special, The Menopause Revolution on ABC.
Yes.
So
finally,
get ready, folks. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambro. And most importantly, say it with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, we'll talk about this Trump third term buzz for a bit. Hulk Hogan is firing back at his wife after her whole meltdown thing, and it's getting very dramatic in that world. Also, I watched a documentary over the weekend that I thought was pretty interesting that I want to talk about briefly. We'll get into all that and a whole lot more. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's never been easier to listen to Real Radio 104.1 wherever you go. Make us your number one preset on our free iHeartRadio app.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Keep an eye out for an accident affecting northbound and southbound lanes on Canoe Creek Road between Lake Cypress Road and Deer Run Road. There's slowdowns on Florida's Turnpike's ramp to I-75 northbound and delays on I-4 before US 27 and after State Road 429. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com, and we sell custom blinds, shades, and shutters at low prices. Our blinds are handcrafted to fit your windows, and if they don't, for any reason, we'll remake them for free. Your satisfaction is always guaranteed at Blindster.com.
Sunnyside drains.
Water is backing up from my drains, and there's a nasty smell coming from them.
Ooh, wait, that is bad.
Wait, how are you smelling it too?
You should call someone about that.
I should have called Frank Gay. I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your drains are backed up, you need a highly skilled technician who's not afraid to get a little dirty. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Hush, little baby, yes, you can. Mama's gonna buy you a prepaid plan. And with that Florida prepaid...
Let's go, Mike. How are we today, folks? What do you think? Is Trump going to push for a third term? Will Trump push for a third term? You think so? Or no? Is it bluster? Is he actually going to do it? Do you want him to? Is it your nightmare? Just get this stuff out of your system so you don't have to key any Teslas. Thanks for muting that awful commercial. The beauty of the whole system is I have no idea what it was. I don't even really hear the commercials. Although I really appreciate all of our advertisers. That's what keeps things going around here. And especially, folks, if you hear us doing a live read for a sponsor, go support that sponsor, because that's what keeps people buying stuff, and the live reads are the best way to actually support us. If we talk about somebody and you think it's a good deal, Mills Air, all those kind of things, go for it. Go for it. They're blowing up Teslas. Some crazy woman will get him. We'll get who? We'll get whom? Tesla? Elon Musk? Or Trump? You have to be more specific. Also, we got to talk about this documentary that I watched this weekend. I'm a sucker for a good documentary, and this is the first time in a long time that it was a documentary that was just one thing, one and done. Like, I didn't have to watch 6 episodes, or like the surviving R. Kelly stuff. It was like 400 chapters of this story that really could have been edited down to something a little more simple. Sorry, folks. Business calls. Working on event stuff. Buzz says, everyone please buy a Tesla. The world's richest man needs you. I thought we were saving the world. Right? The planet needs our help. I thought we were buying all the electric vehicles to say F you to fossil fuels. Yo. What? Hello? Can you hear me?
Buy out my people. They're sweet people. They're very, very nice.
The whiskey.
This is Donald Trump Jr. My father's fighting to put America first, but he cannot do it alone. That's why on April 1st, I'm asking you to send Randy Fine to Congress to secure the border, fix the broken Biden economy, and make America affordable again. It's the dawn of a new era in America. On April 1st, send Trump-endorsed Randy Fine to Congress.
I'm Randy Fine, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Randy Fine for Congress.
Point. Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's
I watched this video so many times this weekend because it's glorious. It's just absolutely glorious. And it's so, like, the comedic timing in it was so well done that I could have sworn that it was fake. But I'm really leaning to the idea that it's not. But this is, and by the way, Celine, you had to go back because there's so many curse words in this. Our automatic software didn't get all of them.
Yeah.
Watching this, did you get the vibe that this was fake at all, or?
There's one part in it, and I don't want to spoil it, but there's one part in it that went, that seems a little sus.
It's so, like, all the things that are happening are like, you wrote it in a skit, but it's real, I believe. And this woman pulls up to a house, and she found her boyfriend's car in somebody else's house. And so she discovered her boyfriend cheating on her, she believes.
With the guy.
Yeah. And so she pulls up, and she's filming herself, which that brings into the first question here, or brings the first question to the picture, I think. If you think that somebody's cheating on you, or you catch somebody cheating, is it okay to pull out the phone and roll tape on the viral video? Is it okay to, like, get that person in that moment and then post it online?
The point of the video might not be to go viral. It might just be strictly to, I don't know, document the exchange.
Sure.
They have, because they got a family in this case. They have kids together.
She was pregnant.
Yeah, she was pregnant, and they have kids together. But you'll learn all of that. Here we go. Let's roll.
Are you kidding me? Ryan won't answer his phone. He's at some.
All right, she's heading up.
House is this? Whose house is this, bro? What the?
So she says, whose house is this? She does not know why her boyfriend's car is parked outside this house, and she's ready to find out why. Go to the door. Aggressive knock, but maybe warranted. She's waiting.
Hi.
So some guy opens the door, and
look at those pajamas.
The guy who opens the door is wearing a shirt and nothing else, it would seem. Like,
it's a pretty long shirt.
It is. It's a big, like, house shirt.
Yeah, it's a go-to for women when it comes to pajamas.
And this got Courtney and I into, like, a weird conversation because she goes, would that ever be common that you would be in your underwear and a shirt hanging out with your friends just chilling? And I said,
I wouldn't answer the door like that. You're definitely going to have to wait a couple seconds for me to put some shorts on.
But I wouldn't be over C-Lane's house and we're just hanging out in our underwear. That just wouldn't. That's not. I've never done that. Maybe that's a guy
because
thing.
Brian is there.
I've never done this, and it seems like an odd thing to do. But Brian is at this house. Brian's, I don't know, answers the door. This other guy, and he's in a shirt and underwear.
Is Brian here? That's his car.
I don't know Brian. I don't know Brian.
That's my boyfriend. He's here, and he needs to come out right now, or I'm calling the police.
You can't call the police. It's in my house. Bye.
Oh, he said, you can't call the police. This is my house. Slam the door shut.
Bye.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the interaction.
She's going to go home.
She's going to go.
I guess I got the wrong house.
Oh, damn it. Sorry, my mistake.
Whoopsie daisy.
This happens from time to time. No.
Dude. Holy.
Oh, heavy knock.
That's going to upset some dogs.
Yep.
Brian, you're a gay man.
You're effing a gay man?
On me with a gay man. You're cheating on me with that man, Brian? Are you
I'm not, bro.
Who is that? Who is that?
All right, now we've got Brian. He has exited the house, and he's on the driveway.
All right.
And she says, are you cheating on me with an effing gay man, Brian? And Brian looks a little bit taken aback by this confrontation.
But my favorite for his excuse.
He's got a reason why they were hanging out.
It's my friend from gaming, bro.
You just
gaming.
that guy?
No, it's my friend from gaming.
That guy.
No, that's my friend
Xbox.
Oh my God, Brian, you just.
That's my friend from Xbox.
That's my friend from Xbox.
Well, you know, my friend that we
That's
met
it.
at Xbox.
He told me ahead of time he only wears big T-shirts.
My Xbox friend. When you're just shouting that out at the top of your lungs, that's my friend.
The way he says from Xbox reminds me of Buster in Arrested Development going, "These are my trophies, Mom, from Army."
That's my Xbox friend. That's what it's not very convincing, honestly. The excuse of that. That's my friend from gaming. I don't know if I'm buying.
Friend from gaming.
That guy.
No, that's my
You
friend
just
from
said,
Xbox.
Oh my God, Brian, you just.
She was about
That's
to call
my
him
friend
ugly.
from
Why
Xbox.
weren't you answering me?
Because I didn't have my phone on me. We were playing Xbox, bro. That's my friend from Xbox. Can you please just leave me alone?
Somebody took issue with that. I saw a lot of fighting in the comments. They go, "What kind of guy tells the mother of his children, bro? What kind of guy says,
A guy who
bro?"
just got caught red-handed?
And I go, I think that's more common than people think, like tossing around a bro here and there. I don't think that's an indicator. I think the biggest indicator is what C-Lane picked up on earlier, and that is when he goes, "That's my friend from Xbox." Like
From gaming.
His brain was trying to come up with how he knows this guy. And he goes, gaming.
Does he have no pants on?
Okay, this was the scene where I thought this could be fake because she perfectly puts the camera up, zooms in to reveal that Pants Off guy has been watching with the door open.
It's so great, though.
And then he
His
slams the door once he sees that the camera's on him.
The timing is comedic.
Why does he have no pants on? You were just.
No, I wasn't. That was my from
him.
Xbox.
Him.
No.
You're
But then
cheating on
he
me.
comes
I'm
back
pregnant.
out.
Oh, just go.
I'm calling the police. You're gone. You're getting evicted.
go?
You were just cheating on me with a man.
No, I wasn't.
You were just.
man.
This is going on Facebook. That man had no pants on. That's all on video. Oh yes, it is. You're cheating on me with a man.
Fine, whatever, man. Can we go?
You are done. You're never seeing your kids again.
Oh,
But wait.
oh no. He comes out. The guy that was in the house, whose house this was, comes out and goes, "Just letting you know, sweetheart, I'm wearing his effing underwear, so go F yourself."
He said he was wearing underwear, not his underwear.
No, he said
I thought he
his
said
underwear.
his.
Oh, did he?
Oh, yeah. Points at
yeah.
him, flicks her off, slams the door again.
Yeah, so it was like maybe Brian was with a man.
You just my boyfriend.
All right, Celia might be right. He said, "I'm wearing underwear," just to let you know. Maybe she thought before that he didn't have any underwear on and he wanted to prove it.
That really wasn't the point, guy.
No. And also, you could have gone and put on underwear underneath your
plenty
shirt.
of time.
You had underwear time.
And you should have.
Yeah, that should have
He
been.
you? What? No, what happened? Tell me what happened. I'm pregnant. We have 3 kids.
Not a thing happened here, okay? He's a
Okay.
Screw.
Who are you?
I'm gonna call the police.
Call the police.
Get the off my property.
Call the police.
All right, we're out of here. She's trying to digest what just happened.
Wow. Brian's cheating on me with a dude.
Get off my property. Right?
Oh, he's angry. He's coming out.
The walk. Put your seatbelt on.
He's chasing after her in his underwear.
Get some nerve coming to somebody else's house, you bitch. Out of here.
You enjoy his ass?
Jesus Christ, man. You guys got some things to talk about.
Butt.
Yeah, you've got some things to discuss. This family is in chaos right now.
There was
right?
one part of the video where he was still standing at the door and he was like, "Get the F out of here," where he sounded a little bit like John Taffer.
Oh, yeah. Somebody said, eFresh Rocks on Twitch says, Sean is next door watering the lawn listening. 100%.
Watering the driveway, buddy.
Yeah, like, no, just paying attention to whatever these lunatics were yelling about. What's going on? Everybody's living these very, very dramatic lives here. Oh, it makes me feel normal by comparison. I don't know if I really am, but it just makes me feel that way, which I don't
No,
mind,
moments
honestly.
like these, absolutely. You're like, we got it good.
Yeah,
It's
and
not
maybe
a
things are
problem.
better. Maybe things are better than I anticipated. Who knows? It's all tough to tell. Oh, good news. Good news. Good news, people. They said it was dead. They said it was R to the I to the P, but it's been saved. It's been resuscitated. Coyote versus Acme has been purchased by Ketchup Entertainment for $50 million.
Ketchup Entertainment?
Yeah. They're behind. There's a movie in theaters right now that's like a Looney Tunes movie type thing, and they're behind that. And
Is
now
that Will Forte?
It is.
This seems like a Will Forte kind of role.
And Wile E. Coyote, who apparently is in court with him. And they have purchased the movie that we thought we would never see, that they were going to just have to can forever. And now Coyote versus Acme may get a run in theaters in 2026.
Did WB already write it off? Like, wasn't that the whole thing? Like,
I guess, I don't know how that works, like financing wise, but they were going to write it off, but maybe they got into negotiations for this and they said, all right, 50 mil is like a point where it makes sense for us. We just get away from this thing. And look, it's a bad sign usually that they don't want to release these things. They're in the business of making money or attempting to, but I still want to see it now that I got a little curiosity piqued. What's going on? What do we got under the hood for this thing? Let's go to you. Let's work at a couple of dispatches right now. And here we go. I'm Not a Hippie talking about nostalgia. Okay.
Hey, what's up, junkies? If you guys are looking for a bit of nostalgia and to hear a pretty good band, if you remember Thomas Ian Nicholas from American Pie, he played Kevin, Rookie of the Year, and a lot of other classic movies. Well, he has a band called the Thomas Nicholas Band, and they're pretty good, actually. And they're making a few stops this upcoming week, I think, in Florida. Port Choice in Orlando, Tin Roof in Orlando, and a couple stops in Fort Lauderdale. But
I've not heard of them. The Thomas Nicholas Band is saying, do I know this?
You know
guy?
who it is if you Googled him. He was one of the guys. He was the guy that was with Tara Reid in American Pie. And
yeah,
I've seen some clips of him recently because I think he's doing some press for this tour he's on with his band. But there was one clip where he was talking about like the promo that they did for American Pie bankrupting him almost because he had to pay his own way because they paid him so terribly
to be on the
for
movie?
the movie. Yeah,
I remember him more from Rookie of the Year, if I'm honest with you.
Okay, yeah.
That was the thing that I remember.
Was that Pitcher's Got a Big Butt?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a movie where he broke his arm. He was trying to be a baseball player, and then when they fixed it, now when his arm goes down, it just goes like comically fast, and he throws 8 million miles an hour. It becomes like a major league pitcher and stuff. It was a good time. Let's see, Sharkbait is talking to us. It said, what have you turned me into?
Hey there, junkies. What's happening?
Hey.
So this morning I'm working. It is about 4:30ish in the morning, and I'm walking around the store. I work at Publix, and I'm listening to you guys, the Friday show, on my headphones. And I did not realize how loud I was laughing and talking, but you guys said my favorite word, Japan. So here I am in the store, 4:30 in the morning, just screaming Japan on the top of my lungs. I got a couple looks. So yeah, you guys are ruining my life. Thank you.
Sorry about that.
We'll always listen. Bye-bye.
So sorry about that, Sharkbait. Let's talk real quick. Something I watched this weekend, and I'll be damned if I can tell you what platform it was on, but we can maybe look that up. And it's a documentary that was one episode, like one documentary, not like a series like everything else. These days, it's like you got to get to 5 of them. So we're like really stretching out this content. And Courtney goes, do you want to see this documentary? It's about a celebrity chef. I go, all right, I'm interested in that. Like, I like celebrity chefs. I had unfortunately not heard of this celebrity chef. I didn't know. And this guy's like a British dude. I had no idea who he was. But the documentary is called Con Mum, which is mom, obviously, over in the UK.
I saw the trailer for it yesterday.
I start watching this, and within about the first 10 minutes, I go, this is not interesting enough to have had a whole documentary about it. And then they start getting to what actually happened. It's wild. So this dude is born, he had no idea who his mom was. And he was born on like an Air Force base or whatever in Germany. And he becomes this famous pastry chef or like a baking chef. And he has no idea who his mom was. He was always trying to find her and connect with her. And right as the pandemic and stuff started to happen, he got an email out of the blue. And the email said, hey, I'm your mom. Yeah, mom here, checking in via email. And he's like, no scam, no nothing like that. And the person goes, no, I am. And so she starts like answering questions. And he goes, all right, fine. So he goes to meet his mom. Now, he is married. He has a wife who is pregnant and is about to have a baby.
Perfect.
And he flies away to go meet his mom, which is mind-blowing because he finds out his mom is incredibly wealthy, just lit up with cash. And she starts buying him everything and lavishing him with all of these goods and services and stuff. He's living the high life. And the whole thing comes crumbling down around them. I'm not going to spoil what happened just in case you want to watch something like this. But you know those movies where somebody's getting scammed and about 1/3 of the way through it, you're like, oh, no.
But he's already there.
Like, how do you not know that something is awry here? How do you not know you're being scammed? And then they go further and further into it.
Question about your description of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Did he actually ask the person if this was a scam?
He did. He said,
okay.
He said, for real?
If you're a cop, you got to tell me.
He said, for real? No scam or nothing? And the woman said, no, I'm your son. He said, what's my middle name? And she responded, I didn't give my son a middle name. And he asked a couple other questions and nobody else would know. And this person knew. And they came into his life.
I'm going to have to start asking the scammers if this is a scam.
Tell me now.
Yeah.
You got to tell me right now. Con Mum is the name of it. And it's not the greatest thing I've ever seen, but
Con Mum is a terrible name.
It was wild. And when you see how what absolute sociopath people will do to other human beings, it's just mind-blowing to me. Absolutely mind-blowing. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We'll get into some more of these dispatches. We'll get into the third term stuff eventually. Hulk Hogan has promised. Jury duty's on the way. We're all stacked up with lots of things to talk about, and that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio. It is.
Monsters in the morning.
One more time.
I was wrong, Angel. We can auction off one more thing.
Thank you. That's
okay.
Be a promo.
The Monsters in the morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
There's a couple of accidents to look out for on the roadways here on US 27 southbound before Holly Hill Road, on Boggy Creek Road at Lake Vista Drive. There's an accident affecting northbound and southbound lanes of Canoe Creek Road between Lake Cypress Road and Deer Run Road. The express lanes of State Road 429 southbound at Independence Toll Plaza, those are still blocked due to construction. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle, founder of Blindster.com. I started Blindster in 2010 to make quality, custom-made blinds affordable to everyone. Traditional window covering retailers are expensive. Our prices are low, and our blinds are guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
Folks, let me tell you about Mills Air. This is the time. Starting to get a little warm. And this week, it's going to be real warm for most of it. We're not all the way up into those summer temps, obviously, but it's enough to put strain on your AC that's not been working that hard for a while. No better time than now to reach out and talk to Mills Air. Ask them about the preventative maintenance that you hear me talking about. This is brilliant. It'll set up a relationship between you and Mills Air and even one of their amazing techs. They're super professional. They know how all these ACs work from top to bottom. You don't have some newbie coming out who doesn't actually know what they're doing. You got a pro, all right? Their techs can service any brand out there, and they're a Carrier factory authorized dealer. You could always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you could always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Any AC problems, don't panic, don't freak out. Don't try to fix it yourself if you don't know how to do those kind of things. Just lean on the great company that's going to help you out, Mills Air. Give them a call, 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
This is Donald Trump Jr. My father's fighting to put America first, but he cannot do it alone. That's why on April 1st, I'm asking you to send Randy Fine to Congress to secure the border, fix the broken Biden economy, and make America affordable again. It's the dawn of a new era in America. On April 1st, send Trump-endorsed Randy Fine to Congress.
I'm Randy Fine, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Randy Fine for Congress.
Going to nursing school can change your life, but that doesn't mean it's easy. You have commitments, family, a job. At Galen College of Nursing, we understand that, which is why we provide one-to-one tutoring support and assigned academic advisors who will work with you to keep you on track from day one. You can change the course of your life and the lives of people counting on you. Because we believe the better we care for nursing students now, the brighter the future of nursing will be. Galen, the now approach to nursing education. Join us at galencollege.edu.
Get ready for excitement at Daytona Beach and Orange City Racing and Kart Club. The all-new $2,500 monthly tournament leaderboard is here. Win $1,000 and a $300 entry into the Tournament of Champions in 2026. Plus $1,500 for 2nd through 5th place each month. And mark your calendars for Saturday, March 22nd, where you can win $1,000 every 20 minutes from 11 a.m. to midnight. Be there for all the action.
Looking for great food and a great time? Check out Teak Neighborhood Grill, your go-to spot for sports, entertainment, and amazing food. At Teak, it's all about having a great time. Dive into the craft beer menu and 37 signature burgers, including 19 from the underground secret menu, Teak in Metro West. It's your true neighborhood grill, serving lunch, dinner, and you don't want to miss Bingo Brunch every Saturday and Sunday. Awarded Best Burger in Central Florida by West 2 News and the Orlando Weekly. Featured on the Food Network and Travel Channel. Teak Neighborhood Grill, where every visit is a celebration.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
It's tax season. By now, we're all a bit tired of numbers, but here's one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number, $100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed. Save up to 40% in your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. That's LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Hey, Magic fans, it's Angel from the Monsters. Meet me at Tom's Watch Bar. Let's keep this thing going. Tuesday, April the 1st at 7:30 to watch our Orlando Magic take on the San Antonio Spurs. Tom's is the best place to catch the game. I'll be there enjoying some awesome food, giving away great prizes, and cheering on the Magic to win. I'll see you there. Let's go Magic.
It all started with a bracket full of dreams. And soon, one team will cut down the nets. College hoops are in the spotlight and have everyone talking.
You think you know what's going to happen, but it never goes as scripted.
Lock in Fox Sports Radio is your #1 preset on the iHeartRadio app for the hottest takes, biggest interviews, and complete coverage. Plus, binge on-demand podcast for more coverage like Good Game with Sarah Spain.
Basketball, basketball, and more basketball.
Search college basketball on the iHeartRadio app and listen now.
Watching the world burn with some friends since 2007. This
You might even be my Xbox friend. Who knows? Can't never tell, can you? Send us a dispatch. Go over to the website. You can email the show at any time you want to be anonymous. Put that on top. tips@thenewsjunkie.com. The Xbox friend video. Sealand says he has an update on this, and if you missed it, It was this woman who she's got a couple of kids and she's pregnant. She finds her boyfriend's car parked at somebody else's house and starts filming. She's like, who is this? What is going on here? Bangs on the door. Some guy answers the door in just like a shirt and maybe some underwear. And then her boyfriend comes out and she's like, are you having sex with that guy? Are you effing that guy? And there was a whole big fallout that came from this. And he goes, no, it's my Xbox friend. And not only is it real, but Sealand said there was a fallout for the woman who was filming all of this afterwards.
Right? Yeah. Somebody said, let me go back to the thread, because one of the people who claims to know this couple says Brian is indeed a serial cheater, but she's the kind of person who provokes S. She got fired for going to a stranger's house, picking a fight, and then putting it on the internet. Has she just driven away?
That's why she's so good at zooming in.
Driven away when the homeowner told her to get off his property. She'd still have a job, but she had to get the last word in. They're both hot messes.
Perfect.
Okay, I think it's a possibility that maybe they both are hot messes. I don't deny that. But if this was my employee, I don't think I would have fired this person for anything that happened in this video. What, like, they thought they were being cheated on. They wanted to film whatever was happening.
I mean, I've seen worse cheating videos.
Yeah.
In the case of the employer, we didn't see her face, at least from what we saw.
No,
she didn't have the work shirt on.
She posted it on her Facebook though, so she did
her
like
social media screams where she works.
I don't know.
And
I'm
that
not sure if that's
might
the
be a poor
case.
reflection.
Like, even if that was the case, I think maybe that would be more of an argument. But as is, it's just like, this is a dramatic thing that happened between somebody and their partner, and they filmed it. We have employers who are maybe just looking to offload people sometimes. Like, was this employer looking to fire her? And they said, all right, here's an off-ramp right here.
I think this is from one of her posts. Him reaching in my car to try to steal my phone to delete the video, then proceeded to punch me in the face, chest, ribs, and stomach, climb half his body in my car, grabbing my steering wheel, trying to make me crash. I tried driving away, and he's halfway in my car trying to get my phone.
Okay, see,
then he goes in front of my car and won't let me leave. I had to drive through someone's yard to get away from him.
Oh, my God.
Y'all should not be together. Seeing this stuff online, and I can name, well, I won't, but I have a handful of people in my head where I'm like, you should not be together. Not only do I know every detail of your fights because it's either told out loud or via social media on the internet, but then you're back together.
No shame either. There's like no shame with just public.
I am the complete opposite. I'm like,
drama.
Dirty laundry stays at my house.
Also, not for nothing, these people might be a little close to us. Because the person that claims to know, the one that said Brian is a serial cheater and she provokes stuff, this person also posts in a little subreddit called FL Medical Trees.
All right.
So Florida Medical Marijuana. And then somewhere it says hello from Bradenton. So not too far away.
All right, folks, we got a big enough of an audience here. If you are connected to this somehow, we would like to get deeper into this drama because they want to put it out there for the world, obviously. We want to learn a little bit more. We'll go one layer deeper and find out what happened here. If you know more, or you can put us in contact, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Crazy drunk cat lady says she left, no crime committed. Yeah, I didn't think it was too bad. Sea-Lane stuff that he just added there was a little bit more, driving on somebody's lawn and doing these things. But I just repeatedly
like the guy was and
attacking her.
There's also claims that she has now been like doxing the guy, which if she's going to go after somebody, she should be going after her boyfriend, not like outing this potential closeted man who's, doing internet hookups.
But why are there so many weirdos? All three of us are in line for once with this, I think. I would be mortified if my life was on display like this, if there was these kind of things happening in the, like, everybody. I don't want to go viral for this.
Hell no.
God, no, that seems like a nightmare.
But now in the case of the employer, by association, some mortifying continues. Like, especially when you got your small time. I mean, here we are talking about the story, and Sea-Lane knows somebody who might know that person.
Yeah,
So,
that's weird.
I mean, I wouldn't I wouldn't want to do it, especially if it's all drama.
Look, I've got a couple of people, I'm not going to lie to you, on my Facebook feed who I would have unfriended a long time ago. I don't know these people. They just listen to this show or something.
I'd love to read it.
They put on such a dramatic display with absolutely no shame, zero shame. And they put it out there, and I go, you are entertaining enough for me to keep you around for a little while.
And I see it all the time. I'm like, I just have never brought myself to do that, with the exception of like when I had a live journal in high school, but I still read all of it. Like, I am the niche audience in that case, but I have yet to ever put that all out there in such vagueness that people still subscribe. Maybe this is my change in year 35 coming up soon.
Personally, I would never, I wouldn't even get into a fight in public if at all possible to avoid that. I would not want to get into a fight in public. Not because I want to put out some fake version of whatever relationship I'm in, but because that mortifies me.
Absolutely.
I would feel like.
To lunch yesterday with friends of mine who speak louder than I do. And I'm like, guys, everyone's looking at us. Can we stop screaming, please? And then the out-of-body experience of who have I become? I'm now the fun sucker who tells everyone to shush. Come on.
Wow.
My voice
When did you get so lame?
My voice doesn't carry very well in loud environments.
No,
I'm
I've
used
been
to this
with
damn microphone in my mouth.
When somebody is, that was a weird way to say it. When somebody is hanging out with you and maybe they have a drink or too many, and their voice keeps going up, and you go like, oh my God, I know everybody
I can
around.
Feel everybody staring.
But
we're also funny, and probably a lot of people would have been like, those gals look like they're having fun over that seafood tower.
Man, Kevin on YouTube says, Courtney did not record it when she caught Sean gaming with a dude from the interweb in their underwear. Thank God. Yeah. Thank God. I deleted the footage.
He had a much shorter shirt on.
I got a hold of it as fast as I could. I just could not. I couldn't do it. That's the life that I do not want to live, unfortunately. Well, I mean, I guess maybe fortunately, who knows? All right, before we get into, a bunch of stuff that I've teased, here is the reaction video that was posted allegedly by Hulk Hogan and his new partner, who's very much younger.
Up.
No,
I thought there was a whole drama with her.
I don't think so. You might have more than I do, but the thing I saw,
I'm thinking Billy Ray Cyrus.
No, it's Hulk Hogan with his new partner, who's like much, much younger, and he's watching the video of his ex-wife.
Oh my!
Having a meltdown. And he's eating popcorn.
I don't know how that reflected onto me, but she cut me out too. I haven't talked to her.
It's so messed up, man. They're talking about, like, she's just unleashing, like, I haven't talked to my daughter in this long, and my husband is an evil person. He does this.
Your kids are adults.
Hulk Hogan just posts the video of him eating popcorn, watching as a response. Damn, man. All these people, you're just putting your lives out there on display.
I mean, they had a reality show, so.
Yeah, that's true. They had. But, I mean, I don't even know if I would want to do that. I give enough to the world. This is all I want. And it's a lot. I put a lot out there.
You really do.
I don't think anybody would
you
say
enjoy putting all that stuff out there.
Only what I say into the microphone. The stuff that I say here is it. I don't want anybody to know anymore. It's already.
Twitter.
I don't really do that. I don't tweet that much at all. But whenever I get into these situations, I think like, hey, how is this going to be down the road? Because already if we go do a live event, you people will come up to me and I love you. You're great. Thanks for letting us do this job and letting us be successful. It's because of you that we get to do this thing. But people will come up to me and go, hey, man, and they'll just talk about something that we brought up on the show for 5 seconds or 6 seconds. And I forget that we talked about it. If out there was a video of me in this exact same situation, then people would go, oh, hey, man, that video was just, let's talk about that for a little while. Be like, the video scarred me. I'm broken. I don't want to talk about it.
The closest thing I have to that, and I've not released it yet, was you and Courtney blacked out trying to open the pierogi bag.
That's not going to harm my career. You could release that whenever you... No, don't release it. It's got her in it. You can release it if you... No, you can only release it if it has me.
You did say a slur in it.
No, I didn't.
You called him the F word for gay pierogies.
No, No, I did not. I love pierogies. Even if they were called F word for gay pouches or something, I would still eat them. Yeah. If they were called that, I would still eat them every day.
Hulk Hogan has a very expressive face. Like, he's perfect
It's those brows, man.
for this. You know, the wide eyes as he's watching that video was quite entertaining.
He's so funny.
Quite hilarious.
This guy's in his 70s now. Trolling.
A mustache, too.
Yeah, I think he wins this
Is she
round.
all right, though? Like, what was it about?
I don't
Does
know
she
what's
need
going
help?
on with Mom. Mom looks like she's been crying for a century, like, and shouldn't have a camera in her face. It's just something about 2025. It's something about this new life that we live where people, on one hand, complain about the lack of privacy and everybody selling our information, and on the other hand, just throw up everything, every detail out into the public.
By their own, accord. And that's where your rights come back into play. I wanted to put my boyfriend cheating on me with a guy with no pants on.
Yeah?
Out there.
You can. It's not too late.
No, I'm just speaking for the woman.
Well, unless it turns into revenge porn. Did you guys see the one where the woman caught her partner having sex with somebody else in the back of a van or something?
And put the whole video up?
Like, they were literally in the middle of it. And he's just sitting there naked from the waist down. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about, bruv. Like, we will not in a relationship. And the woman is going, I'm putting this all online. And his junk, his twig, the berries, the whole thing are hanging out.
All right.
That felt a little bit
Still
bad,
at attention?
I don't know. I think it went down fast.
Yeah.
Or she caught him right at climax, which is hilarious.
That would have been awesome. Just like from the height to the low, just that fast. All right, we have so many things to work in. We have to do that. We have
And
to do jury
images to
duty.
get out of our brains.
Jury duty is also coming up in just a bit here. So join us. We'll work at a Dispatcher 2 in the next hour or so here before we wrap things up on the show. All of that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s. Classic alternative.
Florida's one of those teams still dancing after they took care of Texas Tech over the weekend. The West Region champion Gators take on SEC rival Auburn Saturday. And the Magic hope to keep rolling tonight when they host the LA Clippers. Orlando's won 4 of their last 5 games. They remain in a play-in spot. I'm Scott Davidson.
Fairwinds Credit Union. Whether you need personal or business accounts to help you reach your goals, they've got you covered. Visit fairwinds.org to join their community of financial freedom seekers today. Financial freedom happens here. Federally insured by NCUA.
Kevin, why is my auto insurance so expensive? I need to switch because my company raised my rates again.
I hear you, Jay. I had the same problem, but then I called Acceptance. They saved me hundreds on my car insurance.
Really?
Yes, Acceptance was great. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Do you have their number?
Sure do. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more for auto insurance? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance shop for you by comparing and finding the best rates. You could save up to 30%. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012294.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
You've heard me talk about the wonderful windows and doors at Renewal by Andersen and what a difference they can make for your home. But why just take my word for it when you can hear from Chelsea from Renewal by Andersen herself?
Thanks, Deborah. Renewal by Andersen's custom-built, energy-efficient Acclaim Impact windows and doors will not only enhance the beauty and value of your home, but also increase your comfort. Plus, these windows and doors are made to reduce outside noise, creating more peaceful living environment.
So make sure you take advantage of Renewal by Andersen's 31-day spring sale. Chelsea, what are you offering for the month of March?
We're excited to offer buy one, get one 40% off windows and patio doors, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 12 months.
Bonus, first 50 callers save an additional $25 per window.
Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613. Restrictions apply.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball. All indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Permanent injuries may not appear immediately after an accident. That's why the insurance company wants to settle with you quickly. They want you to sign away your claim before you even know the full extent of your injuries. Don't accept pennies on the dollar. Never sign anything until you speak with me. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
From the very beginning, iHeart has believed in me.
Even now, I still get excited when I hear one of my songs playing on the radio.
Thank you, iHeartRadio, for honoring the truth I've fought for in my music.
Because we believe in the power of music. All your favorite artists, all in one place. The free iHeartRadio app.
It's tax season. By now, we're all a bit tired of numbers, but here's one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number, 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed. Save up to 40% in your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. That's LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Looking for affordable blinds, shades, or shutters for your home? Don't hire an expensive pro. Check out Blindster.com, where we offer custom-made window coverings at guaranteed low prices with a team of pros ready to help you every step of the way. Blindster.com.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
He won't hesitate to call you out when you're being a little ASCII. This is the new.
In courtrooms around the country. No, still haven't landed on that. At some point, though. And we'll get to you, your dispatches. Send yours right now at thenewsjunkie.com or email the show tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Sean Kingston is going to be in jury duty. I can't believe it. It rocked my world, and I realized we were maybe, I don't know if it was a death by woke kind of thing or not, but when I got in the car, and it was like 2 or 3 years ago, and heard that song.
In Denial.
And they took out Suicidal and they put In Denial in the Sean Kingston song. And I was like, this is hard to listen to now.
That and oh my God. I'll be your crying.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
They took that out too. And just
they took out the suicide line?
Yeah, and put another line from a previous verse or chorus. That made zero sense.
I love when they do that. Like, I'll be your crying shoulder.
I've been saying suicide since I was 8. Please don't mess me up.
You fixed the world by changing that. And some of it was seamless. When the Black Eyed Peas came out and did Let's Get Retarded, and people kind of said, whoa, that's a little much. And then they said, what are you talking about? Let's get it started. And then everybody said, oh, okay.
But that
Boom.
worked out okay. Thank God started and retarded match.
They moved from one to the other, and it was smooth. But going from You Got Me Suicidal to You Got Me In Denial, I just don't think it worked as much. Anyhow, he's in jury duty today. I promise you as much. And here we go. Let's jump in face first. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 1-800-CALL-MO, 1-800-CALL-MO, or justcallmo.com. Got the celebrity bowling tournament coming up before too long.
Oh, yeah.
It should be a fun event. Make sure you're paying attention to that. And if you get into an accident, make sure you're keeping this top of mind, that after the accident, for you or your family member, you remember, let's make the smart move here. Let's call 800-CALL-MO. Mr. Sean Kingston and his mother, Janice Turner, were convicted on Friday of last week of all the charges they faced on their $1 million federal fraud case. And now the 34-year-old beautiful girl singer and his 61-year-old mom have been found guilty after just 3.5 hours of jury deliberation.
Not great defense, huh?
No, they were pretty obviously caught in this. Let me bring him up here to see if Wikipedia has more about what exactly he did. But I had thought there was some element of this where he kept a giant LED screen from somebody and wasn't going to give it back, and there was some other stuff too. Okay, he was involved in
it was in the
near-fatal
millions of dollars, I thought.
It's been, there's not even the only
LED.
one. May 23rd, 2024, Kingston's rented Southwest Ranches, Florida mansion was raided by SWAT, and him and his mother were arrested. The federal arrest warrant issued on several instances of alleged fraud and theft. He was arrested a few hours later in California at a concert, then released on $100,000 bail. On July 19, 2024, a federal grand jury indicted Kingston and his mother on 1 count each of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and 5 counts each of wire fraud. The charges stem, here we go, from their alleged involvement in a scheme to defraud sellers of high-end specialty vehicles, jewelry, and other goods purchased through fraudulent documents. It was reported that Kingston and his mother had $1 million worth of items they obtained fraudulently and did not pay for.
God damn.
For each count, they could face 20 years in prison.
Oh, yeah.
That's wild,
Sentencing
man.
in July? Or?
July 11th. Yeah. July 11th is when the sentencing is on this. The judge put Kingston on house arrest with electronic monitoring, and he's got a bond out there, blah, blah, blah. But yeah.
I'm having really weird deja vu right now. Is there somebody else that's supposed to be sentenced on July 11th?
I don't know.
Or was that last year?
Is that... I don't know. I don't think that's when the What's the woman that ran over her
Karen Reed is
boyfriend?
going to start.
That's before
April.
that, right? Yeah, the Karen Reed trial is before that. It's going to be a big one.
Was it okay? Trump sentencing was July 11th. See you later.
Oh,
Well
okay.
done.
They passed that off.
In
They're not doing that
2024.
anymore.
I mean, I looked up July 11th sentencing, and it said on September 5th, 2024, decision on hush money case to be sentenced on July 11th.
And also, we know that the Justin Baldoni Blake Lively sentencing is in 2097.
Perfect.
So that,
and
yeah,
I stopped caring years before that.
That'll still be going on long into the future. What, flying cars and hoverboards? Sean Kingston died in prison a long time ago.
I mean, to think of all the things you could have done aside from that, Sean. You could have been at SeaWorld doing the summer concert series.
Yeah, that's a good time.
Cameos instead of whatever you ended up doing with your mom that's going to land you in prison for decades.
Are people still doing cameos?
Oh my gosh, the girl from Hairspray, the movie.
Yeah,
going
she's in there.
Viral on TikTok because she's ridiculous. And it turns out all the drama that she seemed to dodge is now coming to surface, but her cameo rate has also raised from $20 to $100 because of the popularity.
Who is this?
That's how it works.
The girl from Nikki
Blonsky.
Blonsky, yeah.
It says 50, but they crossed out 100 plus. Like maybe she's on sale right now.
Oh, good.
Oh,
like
wow.
Amazon.
What a deal. Snag that while you can. A prominent doctor is in big trouble.
Tom Sandoval, $200 plus.
Okay, please.
Jesus. Prominent doctor believed his nuclear engineer wife was having an affair in the months before he allegedly tried to kill her by pushing her off a Hawaiian hiking trail. Any point when you were crawling around Costa Rica where you thought about just giving a little shove, C-Lane, or?
There was not too many opportunities to do that.
Just eyes
Hey, babe,
peeled.
want to come see this cliff?
Take a look. With my luck, I'd be like, you want to take a look at this cliff? And yeah. She's too eager because she wants to shove me off. Gerhard Koenig, 46, has been accused of brutally attacking his wife of 6 years, Ariel Koenig, 36, atop a place in Oahu last week, leaving her in serious condition with multiple lacerations to her face and neck. And they said it was all because he thinks that she cheated on him. He tried to push her off this hiking trail in Hawaii.
She was like, "This is my friend from Expo."
I want to know more. I got to know more about that couple. It's too glorious.
I mean,
not
whoever
to further
does know
explore
them and you're going to reach out, just don't share the segment
Mm-hmm.
because we want them, open mind. We're going to listen to her story.
Maybe they like that. I don't know.
Oh, you want to talk to the guy too? Bring them both
This
together?
person. Oh, that'd be great.
I think she has a GoFundMe, so because she lost her job.
Right.
See emails the show, tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. Years ago when I was married, I came home early from work and found my husband and a mutual male friend of ours having sex in the shower. My husband said it wasn't what it looked like.
Okay. What does it look like then?
Today, he is out and about living in West Hollywood in L.A., but it wasn't what it looked like, much like a friend from Xbox. There's nothing better than when you catch somebody in a caught red-handed situation, they go, this is not what it looks like. And you almost want to stop and go, what is it then? Do tell.
Look at the video I'm about to post on TikTok.
Yeah, what is this actually? What is it that we're watching here? All right, we got more to get into. The Trump 3 terms comment is coming up next. We'll see if he really said that. Is he really saying, I'll just stay in the White House? Maybe, maybe not. We also have somebody arrested for the Tesla stuff that we got to bring up. And more importantly, a new bill that is going to change things for students. And I think this is actually, believe it or not, shouts out to this politician for once. Shouts out, a good idea. Legitimately, I think it is. We'll see what it is. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your 30 seconds of airtime awaits. The talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
Emergency crews are clearing up an accident affecting both directions over Hare-Saxon Bridge. Travel with caution through there. There's an accident on John Young Parkway near the beach line. Keep an eye out for an accident off to the shoulder on I-4 westbound near World Drive there. Traffic slowing down on I-4 between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle, founder of Blindster.com. I started Blindster in 2010 to make quality, custom-made blinds affordable to everyone. Traditional window covering retailers are expensive. Our prices are low, and our blinds are guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
Sunnyside Electric.
Hello, I need a new electrical outlet.
We are learning about pickleball today.
Okay.
Isn't that a funny name?
What about my electrical?
Pickleball.
I should have called Frank Gay.
Oh, it's like miniature tennis.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need electrical work in your home, you need a trustworthy electrician who can clearly explain how to solve any dilemma. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Hey, this is Russ Rollins. You know, Solar Source, they just keep making my life better. Pool heated, taken care of. Battery backup for power outages, that is all covered thanks to Solar Source. And now they're going to install a solar electric system to wipe out my power bill. They're awesome to work with, and it's a great company. Customer service is really awesome with Solar Source. Go to solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters. Call Solar Source today. The future is solar powered.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguydon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Are you ready to rock your taste buds? Head on down to the Whiskey, located at 7563 West Sand Lake Road in Orlando. Chef-driven and foodie-owned, we serve up visually stunning plates with an edgy twist for your palate. Our killer whiskey collection and craft cocktails will blow your mind. With over 1,000 kinds of whiskey, bourbon, scotch, and rye, let's take a world tour of whiskeys. No passport needed. Get your groove on with live music 7 nights a week, featuring local rock stars jamming out classics from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And you can't miss our award-winning burgers, ground fresh and fired up to perfection. Want to know what goes great with whiskey? The Whiskey knows, and they're waiting to share the magic with you. Come find out for yourself at the Whiskey, located at 7563 West Sand Lake Road in Orlando. Experience the ultimate blend of flavor and fun at the Whiskey. The Whiskey, where gourmet meets rock and roll. Rock on over today. The Whiskey.
Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts will take the world by storm.
The world has never faced a threat this big. And you're gonna help me stop it.
Us?
Why, you got someplace to be?
On May 2nd,
Avengers are gone. No one's coming to save the day.
their time
I think we could be the people that are coming.
has come.
Being a hero, there is no higher calling.
Let's do this.
Marvel Studios' Thunderbolts. Only theaters May 2nd. This film is not yet rated.
Point! Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
It's easy to do. Don't be scared. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com on your phone, your laptop, or anything with a microphone to record your dispatch right now. Space Nuts on YouTube says, why aren't we talking about Elon attempting to buy the Supreme Court race in Wisconsin? $19 million invested and giving away $2 million at a rally last night. I saw that. They had big checks and everything, man. They're like, come on up, and two people ended up getting $1 million. And yeah, he spent a lot of money on that Wisconsin Supreme Court election. And what hurts me is twofold. It's not that Elon's spending money on these elections. Most of you, I don't know about you, Space Nuts, because I don't know where you're coming from, but most people who are bitching about this don't really care. You don't care, because if somebody else who has politically the same ideology that you do, they believe the same things, and they try to influence these elections with money, you don't care. You don't talk. But then if Elon Musk does it to respond, then all of a sudden you care and it's important. I would like to take money as much as is humanly possible out of politics in the United States of America. And it seems like an impossible trick to pull off, but I think that it should be something that we get on the quest of. Is it going to happen? No. But money and money from people who are not even American citizens, for God's sake, in some cases, influences our politics all the time. I'd like to see that go away entirely, not just because we're all about hating Elon all of a sudden, not just that, because overall I think it's bad. That's number one. Number two, I hate that we've resigned to this fact that the judiciary, the judges, this means, are going to be political. Like, it used to be that you would go and vote in your election and you would say, all right, the senator or the House member or the president, of course, they're going to be in one of these political parties. But the local dog catcher doesn't need to be a Democrat or Republican, right? They're the dog catcher, you know? Even local politicians in a lot of cases, we don't really need them to be part of some party or some larger ideology.
Donald Trump endorsed me for dog catching.
You don't need that stuff, but it's everywhere now. And the judges, everybody's got the judges that line up with their parties, and they figure if we don't do it, the other people are going to do it. Everything is just incredibly infested with politics, which is not a good time. But here it is regardless. So, yeah, I mean, I think I'd rather not see what's happening. Daniel says, this is illegal. He's buying votes. What are you on about? The Supreme Court in the state where he's doing all of this it refused to even take up the case. So it's not illegal. You can't. This is the thing you need to stop doing. Stop saying everything's illegal. All right? You can't just say everything's illegal.
That's
and make
illegal
it
to say, John.
That's not how it works.
Come on.
People get mad about political stuff. They're like, this is illegal. If it's illegal, do you think that everything is bent in favor of these people and they're just not going to get charged with it? If it's illegal, it'll hold up in court. If it's illegal, something will happen. You screeching about things being illegal does not make it illegal. All right? That's not how the world works. Space Nut says George Soros gave $2 million to that election. Elon gave $20 million. That's a big difference. That is a big difference, and that's true. But look at their impact on elections going back the last 20 years and tell me where it's at. Are you complaining about this? Do you think it's wrong from both of them, or you just got Elon hate boner? Which one of the two is what's happening to you, right? That's what I think is
hate boner
the problem
doesn't
here.
sound fun.
It could be. Depends on, it depends on when you get it.
Experience?
Not necessarily. I just think it's possibly. I think sometimes when I see two people just yelling at each other over politics, they really want to kiss just a little bit. There's a little bit inside them. And go, hey, you got who's a good example? Like Tucker Carlson screaming at AOC or something. There's a little bit of this where it's like, okay, guys, all right. I'm going to tell you something entirely different now. This is allegedly true. Let's investigate. We got good eyes for this stuff. The first thing we learn about this is that in Iran, where this occurred, they have bald eagles, which I thought we kind of had the lockdown on those with Canada here in North America. I know we had bald eagles just wandering around the whole damn planet.
Well, they can fly.
Yeah.
So.
It's true.
Big wingspan.
They tend to, even though birds can't fly, be, in certain locales and kind of locked in there. You don't necessarily see flamingos at the North Pole and the inverse of that, of course. But this is an eagle, I guess. It's a big, big bird. It's bigger than the one I have that keeps landing in my backyard, which is falcon, I think, in our neighborhood.
Or osprey.
This one's it's taller than knee high. And it keeps landing on the fence. And I don't know if it's big enough to pick up Lady, but it's right on the borderline.
Some damage with the talons.
Yeah, I don't let her out when I see that thing.
By those birds.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But this one here, okay, here's this eagle flying in Iran. And the eagle ducks down. It's going low here with the swoop. Eagle comes up. A little kid. And the eagle. Wow. There's something not right about this. Why was that kid standing there like that? Somebody saved this little kid, if we were to believe this.
Or maybe that little kid was about to have the coolest experience ever.
Flying. Yeah!
Or call that guy a hero. He sucked the fun out of everything.
He came right there at the last minute. I don't know
coolest
if this is
experience followed by the worst experience.
Anti-eagle propaganda here. Boom! He grabs her at the last minute. That bird is huge. Huge. So close to picking this little girl up and just flying along with her.
And now there's a nest of 5 baby eagles that won't be fed.
Sour Patch Pete says that's got to be fake. The thing that kind of gets me is the person is standing right by this little girl, and it's almost like they
still again. Did you already exit out?
Right there. Like, why is she standing there?
It's a big ass eagle.
It's big. The bird's big. I put this up on See It Now since it's a visual. And you can see it over there. Somebody says that's AI. Maybe, I don't know. Like
Have we not come up with the AI system that can tell that it's an AI video?
Nothing good enough yet. I could tell all the Studio Ghibli ones, if that's how you say that.
Ghibli.
You guys haven't seen this?
Studio Ghibli's?
Yeah. It's like an animation style. You don't know what Studio...
I thought you were making up an old man term.
No, they got a new image processor for ChatGPT. Stunning stuff.
I thought I saw some posts over the weekends where they're like making Studio Ghiblis of all your favorite characters from insert show.
Yeah, so the Studio Ghibli is just like one style of animation, and some people did it with I don't know if I could bring this up, but they used the new ChatGPT image maker, and they had it doing like Severance, and they had like They did it, all these different things in the style of the TV shows that they came from, and it's just like, we're cooked. The technology is so mind-blowing.
I don't want to be cooked.
And they, here's an example of some of the different styles that they did. And they take a still photo that they make. So they'll say, style of Scooby-Doo, give me the cast of the Severance.
Oh,
right?
okay, I've seen this, yes.
Right? And then they'll show the cast of the Severance in the style of Scooby-Doo.
Stop calling it the Severance.
They'll show the cast of Severance. The Severance is a deal that you get on the way out. Severance is a television show. Did I say it multiple times?
Mm-hmm.
The cast of Severance, season 2 Electric Boogaloo, they put them in the style of Scooby-Doo, and then they take it to another platform.
Of like Up, Pixar, Family Guy.
No, they take it to another platform, Motion something, and they take the still frame that they've made in this style, and they turn it into an actual animation. So they go from like nothing to a still frame of some pretty amazing stuff that looks like Pixar or something to Midjourney. And Midjourney takes that still frame and then animates it. Everybody's out of a job. You're all going to lose your jobs.
Unless
Everybody
you take
is
advantage
fired.
of what it is now. And you're like, I am AI master. Instead of you having
money.
to go through all these hoops, I'll do it for you.
You got to start stacking money right now. It's the only way.
No, you got to start becoming friends with your ChatGPT. That's what it is.
That's what you're doing.
Relationship, absolutely. It's my boy.
All right, let's go over to Trump. I guess he was talking about. Hang on, I got to find a clip of him specifically talking about this third term stuff because that's what's making the rounds today.
Why not change the rules?
Hang on here. Okay,
that's
this
illegal, Sean.
Trump says he's not joking. All right. This is the interview, I think, here from News Nation.
Thinking about a third term, about possibly wanting a third term. Does that mean you're not planning to leave office on January 20th?
I'm not looking at that, but I'll tell you, I have had more people ask me to have a third term, which is, in a way, it's a fourth term because the other election.
You can never not do that.
So it's sort of a fourth term in a certain way. I just don't want the credit for the second. Because Biden was so bad, he did such a
the bathroom.
They're on Air Force One. Yeah, they're right. They're in the plane on Air Force One.
The guy's like, I'm still by the toilet in the corner here. If you could just let me through.
He's saying, I'm not thinking about that, but people have been asking me so far.
And I think that's one of the reasons that I'm popular, if you want to know the truth. I think I'm popular because we've done a great job. I think we've had the best almost 100 days of any president.
Almost?
And most people are saying that. And it's an honor. We're bringing back our country. We're respecting.
Yeah, they have to get better mics on that plane.
It's just loud in there. So they said he's talking about the third term stuff. He'll
at
be
the end
old.
of the third month.
How old is he right now? How old is Trump right now?
72-ish? 78.
78 right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's 78 right now in this first year. That brings him to 81 in year 4. And that's I mean, already they were at like record old ages. 81 is pretty old.
I mean, he would be around the age in which he was screaming that Joe Biden was too old.
Yeah, I think that would be used against him, I'm sure. But he'll be like, I'm different. I'm a different 81.
Look at me. Look at my traps.
So that's what he says he's flirting with. I don't know if he's being serious. I never know if anything's serious anymore until it is serious. Like, is Greenland serious? Is Canada serious?
You know who I feel for? You know who's losing their jobs is comedy writers. Mm-hmm. Satire just doesn't exist anymore because it's all just there in real life happening. AI can't even beat it.
We'll see what happens. I know that we've got so much before that. Like, that feels like 8 millennia from now.
Yeah. I will say that the cold open to SNL was all about the war plans text thread.
Yeah.
Good times.
And I went, they had a whole week to work on that. Like, sometimes the cold open will be something that happened on Thursday or Friday, and you're like, damn, they pushed that out quick. But I was like, this text thing happened like at least a week ago.
Yeah.
That could have been so much better. It was just fine.
It fell flat a little bit.
It was fine.
Yeah. There's a lot of bits like that on SNL, I find. It's all, but that's how it always is. It's about like each show.
Watch the Squidward one. It's so great.
I haven't seen that yet.
It's so funny to me.
Each time it's about the 2 or 3 or so that stands out. Daniel, who is showing himself to be a pretty political person on the chat over there, says, Sean doing the math of how old he will be instead of saying this shouldn't happen. He won't denounce anything, though. I hope Trump runs for a third term and wins by a landslide. Not because I want it to happen, but just because you're annoying. So,
all right. That's like a huge thing just
care.
Because one person's annoying.
I don't care. The people, the anti-Trump people this early on in his second term, if you ask him, it's different, are like, you got to find things better than attacking Teslas and just like being annoying about everything. You have to find some better strategies. Focus on the midterm elections. And get like some points that aren't dumb and some policies that aren't dumb and some stuff that lands with the average American person. All right. Give that a shot and maybe you can win some seats back. I'm a gridlock guy. I like to see these parties tied up. I don't want a bunch of new laws and a bunch of craziness. That's what I want to see. But sometimes you get so dumb. Like, it literally makes some of you people so dumb when you get into this world of politics. You forget to have fun. You forget to just like be a normal person. And if I can pull you away from that at any point in time, I want to do that. All right. Let's go up to space. Let's see what the astronauts are saying. They have given their first interview since.
Are they all adjusted now?
I don't know. It said it was going to be like 3 months until they would be back to, quote, normal, unquote.
They're doing an interview. They're sitting in seats, but I can't tell anything beyond that. Like,
I'll tell you what, Sunny looks wild.
Yeah.
Like to see
in a bad
what
way,
her body
way?
has gone through, especially in these months that she was in space. This is her third trip. But she did like a, hey, what's up? And her eyebrows were raised, and she looked like a cartoon.
This is not the longest people have ever been in space. I know that
there's like particular experiment was like what that like
it was supposed to be about
gravity.
not moving.
Yeah, and so she barely worked out. Like it took a toll on her body. Big time, and she does look different.
So, but they were only supposed to be up there for 8 days and not move for 8 days. Well, why not just discontinue the experiment?
Because science is forever.
I don't know. Hold on. Let's see what they say. Let's listen to the scientists, the astronauts, whatever. They're back and they're talking.
What would you like to say to President Trump and Elon Musk?
I respect you. I trust you. You've given me no reason not to trust you, either one of them. What they say, I can't say what they say. I haven't lived that. But I have no reason not to believe anything they say because they've earned my trust.
What?
Okay, cool.
Hold on. Let me go back. What did he say? Is he trying to like not wander into politics because he's an astronaut? Which if he is, that's totally fine. I get it. Like, don't wander into politics if you don't want to. That was word soup to me. Let's try that again.
Do you think they were asking him for a thank you? Like for rescuing us?
It kind of felt like that. All right, what would you like to say?
What would you like to say to President Trump and Elon Musk?
All right, what would you like to say to President Trump and Elon Musk? And here's what he said.
I respect you. I trust you. You've given me no reason not to trust you, either one of them. What they say, I can't say what they say. I haven't lived that. But
what is that? I can't say what they say.
It's a dance, Sean.
I haven't lived
Salsa.
that. I can't say what they say. I haven't lived
have
that.
no reason not to believe anything they say because they've earned my trust. And for that, I am grateful that our national leaders actually are coming in and taking part in our human spaceflight program, which we see is hugely important global significance, and they take an active role. And based on the past and what we see now, with them doing that, it's refreshing. Not just refreshing. It's empowering. It's strengthening for our nation. I think it's a good thing for our nation when the national leaders, especially something that's high visibility, are involved in the process.
All right, he thinks it's great when they're involved in the process.
PR response, and.
They got picked up by SpaceX because there's not a lot that they can actually say that would be bad here.
Ask the same question, but like, do you have anything to say to Boeing? And maybe that answer would be different.
It's kind of, that was a little bit just hard to understand.
There's word salad.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yummy, yummy.
All right, well, there we go. The astronauts are back, and they look healthy, and I imagine they're thrilled to be back on terra firma for at least some point in time.
Are they walking yet?
I can't tell from this. They were just sitting in their chairs doing the interview. But, I mean, look, astronauts go up for these amounts of times quite frequently, and they seem to be okay. The thing about space that gets you is not really the inactivity or the gravity that does get you. But from what I can tell, it's the exposure to the sun from that closeness.
Yeah, I saw some stat like the radiation was equivalent to getting like a intense chest X-ray, but for the entirety of.
Yeah, that sounds bad. That sounds like it's not good.
You get space cancer.
He's talking about the idea that, hold on, they were flying by. He's talking about the idea that they were left there for political reasons. Yeah, I really think that he was just trying not to step on any landmines. And I don't blame him for that.
Why not? Why are you asking that immediately? How was space for 8 months?
Fox News, they're going to make things political. That's what everybody is doing on those worlds. That's why so few people are watching that crap anymore. MSNBC, Fox.
They asked him, they were asking for a thank you from Elon and President Trump, even though I think the plan to go get them from SpaceX was kind of in place before the changing of the guard there. Well, but they were still taking credit for it, so they're like, are you gonna? I know that JD Vance likes a good thank you, so might be a time to start giving out some thank yous, right?
I just thank anybody when they ask. Just to be careful. You can never be too careful. All right, we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back,
what was that? Thank you to us.
Oh, I'm good.
Can you say thank you to us?
thank you to you two.
All we needed.
Yeah, it's out there. I said it. When we come back, we'll dive further down into that. We'll get to you, your dispatches, and we'll get to this thing I said, put forward by a politician, and look at you go. It's actually a good idea. It's a very, very good idea, I think. Will you agree? We'll find out. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
All lanes are blocked in both directions on State Road 44 eastbound at Live Oak Street. It's affecting traffic over Harris-Saxon Bridge there. Keep an eye out for a crash on Canoe Creek Road between Lake Cypress Road and Deer Run Road. Traffic slowing down on I-4 before US 27 and after State Road 429. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Road trip? Let's go! But first, drive into Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where we only pour premium Valvoline oil. No appointment needed. Save today at VIOC.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. We'll get you back on the road in no time.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
With spring just around the corner, Invisible Fence brand doesn't want you to be left behind. Give your dog the freedom and confidence they deserve now with an Invisible Fence system. Invisible Fence works in any weather, giving you confidence in your pet's safety at all times. Our pet professionals are experts at customizing solutions to your yard, your needs, and your dog's wants. Let us help you take full advantage of springtime when it's here. Spring into action and visit invisiblefence.com to learn more.
Excuse me, is this the checkout line?
Oh no, this is the line for Florida sweet corn.
Florida sweet corn is in season? Nobody told me.
You're not a member of the Fresh from Florida Club, are you?
The what?
The Fresh from Florida Club. Sign up at freshfromflorida.com and you'll get a heads up whenever locally grown produce is in season. The club has lots of free perks, but knowing when Florida sweet corn is available is one of my favorites.
Guess I'll be heading over to freshfromflorida.com after I get my Florida sweet corn.
Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
When your company earns unlimited 2% cash back on all purchases with Capital One, that's serious business. So Stephen at SandCloud got a serious business card, the Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One.
We used our 2% cash back to help build our retail presence.
Savvy, Stephen.
And we get big purchasing power, so our business can spend more and earn more.
The Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms and conditions apply. Find out more at CapitalOne.com/SparkCashPlus.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. It is spring and it's time to spring into better health with Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. But when you think about the numbers when it comes to heart disease, that 1 in 3 people will die from it, it is time to really pay attention to what's happening inside your body. And with Life Imaging FLA, they can look inside to see if there are any secret issues creeping up in your body. That's right, it's time to be proactive and not reactive. Don't wait for a symptom. Get ahead of that with this information that you can take to your primary care doctor so you can build a long-term health plan today. And while you're there, don't forget to ask about their cancer screening. Remember, early detection saves lives. And remember, there are no dyes, no injections. You keep your clothes on. The entire process only takes a few minutes. So pick up your cell phone and dial pound 250 and say the keyword free heart scan. That's right, pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. They'll connect you in seconds. Take control of your long-term health care with Life Imaging FLA. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard. Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here. Look, everybody knows Florida is one of the rainiest states out there with some of the most unpredictable weather offered in the U.S. And when it comes to replacing your roof, it's time to step it up with Eustace Roofing, 2021's National Roofing Company of the Year. These guys have been your trusted roofing neighbors since 1959. That's 65 years of experience. They serve all of Central Florida, and they are metal roofing experts manufactured on site for perfect fit. No interest financing is available. Visit eustaceroofing.com to schedule your free estimate.
It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about, your 401k. If you have changed jobs, there are two very important considerations. You don't want to leave your 401k behind, and you don't want to roll it over into your new company plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. 401ks will often have limited investments or age-based options. Since companies have to make choices to suit all employees, they may not be suited to you, which could cost you fees and money. When you roll over your 401k into an IRA, you not only keep your money growing tax deferred, but you also gain access to a world of investment options specifically designed for you. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have helped thousands, and we can do the same for you.
Call Trajan today, 407-213-0000. 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
Have you ever wondered if your pet is lying to you?
Why is my cat not here? And I go in and she's eating my lunch.
Or if hypnotism is real?
You will use the suggestion to enhance your control.
Or what's inside a black hole?
Black holes could be a consequence of the way we understand the universe.
Well, we have answers for you in the new podcast, Science Stuff. Join me, Jorge Cham, as we answer questions about animals, space, our brains, and our bodies. Listen to Science Stuff on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart Radio app, search Science Stuff, and listen now.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Watching the world burn with some friends since 2007. This
You're doing okay. You look great, and it's good to be with you. So let's have a little more fun before we wrap things up today. We'll work in some of your comments, your feedback. And with the dispatch, you could simply put in whatever your 2 cents is about what we're discussing on the show. You can say, hey, why aren't you guys talking about this? If you want to hear my take on something or anybody else's, all of that is welcome. Send a dispatch to thenewsjunkie.com. How you feeling right now, C-Lane? Huh? Are you feeling worried? Would you say you feel worried at all?
Why would I be worried?
I'm just asking. You don't need to know all the details just yet. But would you say... Would you say yes or no to the question, are you worried right now?
Not really.
Are you worried, Sean?
You're not real? I'm not worried, no. There's not a lot that worries me. But
That's
are you
interesting.
worried? Are you worried right now?
Constant
in this moment?
worry. Yeah.
Okay. Constant worry. All right.
All the time.
Majority of Gen Z and millennials are in a constant state of worry,
What
says
up?
this story.
Who's that girl?
With 10% scheduling daily worrying time, which is...
Oh, wow.
kind of
Let
fun
me
to-
introduce you to my binder of
You got
worries.
you got worry
Multiple
time on
to-do
there?
lists, some of them written, some of them you typed out.
What
I
is
love to
all of
worry.
this? What is all of that for?
What's that? I have my to do today, to do throughout the week, to do before the end of 2025, and then I have a weekly schedule.
Do you have a month to do? Because that one should be wrapping up any minute now.
Yes, yeah, I threw that one away this morning.
Yeah, it's the last day for any of that
But
nonsense.
in bold, underline, italics is worry and anxiety.
I guess you're not alone. 10% are saying they're scheduling daily worrying time, which seems like a weird thing to do.
I mean, I think it's better to schedule than have it surprise you throughout the day.
I just don't want to worry at all.
Yeah, same.
I mean, do I get worried maybe now and again about something, but I don't want that to be something that takes up too much of my time.
When's the last time you checked your work email?
I check my work email every day.
No, like today. Have you checked in the last 15 minutes?
No, no. Why?
You're in
Is
for
it
a good worry.
Oh, okay. Is there? Okay, great.
See? Gotcha. Isn't that fun?
Nothing but batatas.
Nothing over there? Yeah, I don't have anything bad just yet.
Took me a second. Well done, Ceiling.
I do worry from time to time, but I don't worry like this. They say 1 in 10 young Americans, these are Gen Z and millennials, schedules worry time. The survey of 2,000 people revealed that 10% of younger Americans schedule a specific time in their day to worry. That's compared to just 3% of older Americans like Gen X and baby boomers. Yeah. Hey, Gen X, at least you got a shout out in this one. At least they're considering you a generation. The survey asked respondents why they schedule worry time or why they would consider doing so. And they said a couple of different reasons. It allows them to manage their anxiety. It's like the most anxious generations ever. And here's the things that they say they're worried about. Let's see. Finances, that's a big one. 53% of people worried about their finances. And I get that, and that totally makes sense. Finances are a thing that if they give you anxiety, I understand why you're feeling that way.
You know
It totally
what takes
makes
away
sense.
a little bit of that worry? Points.
What now?
When you get credit card points, you're like, at least I'm 100,000 points away from an insulated mug.
Are you getting an insulated mug sometime soon here? Is that what you're working on?
It takes away my worry. Tell you that much.
All right. Well, 53% said finances were something they were worried about. And that's why you got to start focusing on like saving money away here and there.
Here's Sean with his worry remedies.
That's an easy one. Well, it's not the easiest one if you're on a tight budget. But even if you're on a tight budget, you can save enough to make yourself more comfortable so you don't have to worry about that. Your family, 42% say they worry about their family. Not a lot you could do about that. Things I need to take care of, 42%. My health, 37%. Getting enough sleep, 22%.
Not worried about that.
Here's the people that I'm talking about. Politics and the current political situation. 19% of these folks spending time worrying about that every day.
Very, very loud 19%.
That's more than work. There's more people who are like losing sleep and worried about that than there are about work or their pets.
Oh,
but
that's a full worry for me.
There's a whole bunch of these people who do this, but I don't blame them. I mean, look, Gen Z in particular has the best excuse for this. Gen Z was fed this media fire hose endlessly about how everything is terrible. Everything is the worst. Crime is the worst. Climate change is the worst. Everything is the worst. Worst.
Oh, you're valid.
And their brains were just filled with doom and gloom, right? Like we need to do all of these things. And I don't blame them for having some doom and gloom on the brain if that's the case. School shootings, all these things kind of factor in to what goes on in their
How
brains.
many likes you get?
But some of these you do not need to lose sleep over. And it seems like are like the 53% finances, I'm just going to understand that always. Because if you are thinking in your head, damn it, I just got a flat tire and I only have barely enough to pay for the rent today, and then hopefully I can get to my next paycheck in 2 weeks, and then I don't like those things suck, and that is stressful and frustrating.
Then you have GoFundMe.
Sometimes
if you brand yourself properly.
Sometimes the Xbox friend lady is trying to get the GoFundMe.
Or you
money.
run into an influencer at Target that's like, "Can you help me buy this ice cream?" And then you're like, "I don't have any money, but I can put it on my card," and they're hand you $1,000, and it becomes a whole viral thing.
I'm waiting for that.
That works. Not for you, Sean.
Why not?
Because you don't need to be in that situation. You're not in that
I don't
situation.
need $1,000. Everybody needs
I'm
$1,000.
sure you'll get $1,000 any moment now.
I want $1,000 right now.
Look under your chair.
Never anything
Every
under the chair.
time, every time.
Because that would be real nice to roll back the seat and get $1,000 right now. Every time I want the thing that you say is under the seat. Not once.
One of these
Has there
days,
ever been
though, if
anything
I
under
can
the
work
seat?
it out with Courtney, I'm going to put something under
Put
that seat.
$1,000 under his chair?
No.
Yeah,
absolutely
please
not.
do. No, you're going to do that. That sounds great.
No,
that
it
sounds
would be
great.
a weird oddity, like some sort of skeleton in a jar.
Wow. I'm
You
gonna
like
break
that
it.
stuff.
I do, of course. Yeah, of course I like that. Let's get to this bill that I think is actually a good
Please.
idea.
Thank you.
Let's see if you guys are on board. And there was many people speculating what I said I was on board for and what I was supporting here, but most of you don't know what you're talking about, as per usual. Here we go. Click Orlando says, a new bill introduced, and this is in Florida, in the Florida legislature, aims to tackle the growing issue of chronic absenteeism, which has become a major concern for schools across the state. As absenteeism continues to rise, particularly in local counties, lawmakers are looking for solutions to ensure that students are attending school regularly and receiving the education they deserve. They said 37.7% of students in Lake County, Florida are considered chronically absent. 37% of them. In Marion and Orange counties, 35.
37% of little Sean Watson's out there.
I was one,
And
for
you
sure.
turned out just fine.
Osceola County, 35% of the students in Osceola County are considered chronically absent. Volusia County, 34%. So they said about a third of students are chronically absent in these schools. This is House Bill 1367, filed by Representative Erica Booth of Osceola County. Now, I don't know if Erica Booth is a Republican on Team Red or a Democrat on Team Blue, but Erica Booth, I support this. I think this is a great idea. She wants to push this through. One key provision of the bill is that schools would be required to identify chronically absent students earlier in the school year.
That's what
Right
happened with Madeline Soto.
Mm-hmm.
That was like a big thing that came up when
She was missing school?
went missing. The parents, like her mom, didn't find out until after the school day was over.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would have changed anything, but that was definitely something that was brought up as far as
This is more.
case.
This is more of a problem where they go, how do we calculate how many students are chronically absent? And they go, well, at the halfway point during the year, we'll issue something saying this student is chronically absent. And this bill is saying that's too long. We can't wait that
by
long.
the quarter.
Yes, and that's what they want to do. This every quarter they're going to run the numbers and see which students are chronically absent and get extra attention for those students, or maybe even punishment for the students or their parents if they need to. Not that that is a core or part of this bill. I just think they're taking note of this, and that's a good thing. We need to make sure that kids are going to school. Learn from me. Don't be dumb. Go to school. It's cool.
I thought this was kind of funny because when we were talking about that Destin High School that wanted to go to the 4-day week, I was Googling it to try and find some more information about it. And one of the things that came up was an older story from December of 2023.
Yeah.
And it said, a Florida school board is trying something new by adding 4-day weekends to the school calendar to combat absenteeism. And I'm like, you're going to combat absenteeism by adding days off.
You automatically lose less days. Even if you're absent on that Friday.
There's one way to do it.
The explanation was like they were trying to encourage the families to take their vacations on these 4-day weekends instead of like...
Assuming the parents can also take the same amount of days off.
Well, just instead of taking your kid out of school on regular school days. But it still sounded like, at face value, you know how we stop absenteeism? Give them some more days off.
You know how we fix this? I'll tell you how to fix this immediately. Anybody in the education system can take this from me and run with it. You stay at school based on your grade for longer times. So F students get out of school every day at 5 p.m. All right?
5 p.m. is insane.
Yeah, well, don't get an F. D students get out of school every day at 4 p.m. C students get out of school every day at 3 p.m., and so on, with your A's getting out every single day at 1 o'clock. You can scoot away, go do whatever you want to do, thereby encouraging these students, and the only way we apparently know how to give them more time away from school, to get good grades, all right? You go, you earn a good grade, you don't have to stay there as long. You get an F, you're staying there all day long. And you're going on Friday, too, all right?
I am not voting you for school principal.
Well, I am coming up with the ideas, folks. So eventually, I won't be in charge of the school, but I will be the president of the United States of America. Probably not, though.
Okay.
Yeah, probably not. No, don't want that job.
City commissioner.
What we're going to do? No, I didn't want that job.
Okay.
No, I just want my city commissioner to lose their job. That's what I want. I know what people I don't want to have the job. I know what people I want out of the jobs they have. I know I want my mayor out of his job. I know I'd like to put him in a cannon and shoot him across the interstate. I know it's been way too long. I know that guy's a loser.
There's a lot of other people running for mayor now.
I know. And I don't know if I like any of them yet, but I'm looking. I'll take a peek. I'll see who they are. All right, we got to take a quick break. We're running behind here. When we return, we're going to do the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. That's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, should Americans be able to sell their citizenship? Plus, a Scandinavian sleep pack that's killing it. We'll do sports with Brandon Kravitz. For trivia, it's tickets to Derek's Bentley, Tom Segura, and the Orlando Philharmonic. Plus, we'll talk to Ray Trentley from TK Law and your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
Broadcasting live from the Cool Today Weather Center at cooltoday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for our Monday, we are going to be expecting temperatures to be on the hot side, climbing into the low 90s, a high of 91 degrees today in Orlando. We do have the slim chance of a few showers and storms, but most of these will hug areas closer to, say, Brevard County and Osceola County. For us, we'll see a partly cloudy sky as we head into our Tuesday, about a 10% chance of a stray shower or two, high staying in the low 90s. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Blue Stream Fiber. HOA and condo board members, fiber internet has never been easier. Blue Stream Fiber simplifies the switch, helping your community save up to 50% while keeping residents happy. Their step-by-step process makes upgrading hassle-free. Visit bluestreamfiber.com/radio today.
Are you hiding your smile because of missing or damaged teeth? Solid Bite can help. With the latest techniques and technology, you'll be showing off your smile in no time. Call Solid Bite in Melbourne now to receive your free booklet. 321-259-8000.
Looking for great food and a great time? Check out Teak Neighborhood Grill, your go-to spot for sports, entertainment, and amazing food. At Teak, it's all about having a great time. Dive into the craft beer menu and 37 signature burgers, including 19 from the underground secret menu, Teak in Metro West. It's your true neighborhood grill, serving lunch, dinner, and you don't want to miss Bingo Brunch every Saturday and Sunday. Awarded Best Burger in Central Florida by Western News and the Orlando Weekly, featured on the Food Network and Travel Channel. Teak Neighborhood Grill, where every visit is a celebration.
You've heard me talk about the wonderful windows and doors at Renewal by Andersen and what a difference they can make for your home. But why just take my word for it when you can hear from Chelsea from Renewal by Andersen herself?
Thanks, Deborah. Renewal by Andersen's custom-built, energy-efficient Acclaim Impact windows and doors will not only enhance the beauty and value of your home, but also increase your comfort. Plus, these windows and doors are made to reduce outside noise, creating more peaceful living environment.
So make sure you take advantage of Renewal by Andersen's 31-day spring sale. Chelsea, what are you offering for the month of March?
We're excited to offer buy one, get one 40% off windows and patio doors, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 12 months.
Bonus, first 50 callers save an additional $25 per window.
Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613. Restrictions apply.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Last November, we won. President Donald Trump won a great victory for America First. But the war's not over yet. On April 1st, Florida's resolve will be put to the test, and radical dark money groups are funding Josh Wheel's campaign to stop Trump's agenda, reopening our borders, raising our taxes, setting us back decades. That's why President Trump picked Randy Fine to lead, a true Floridian and a real America First patriot. Florida deserves a leader who will fight by Trump's side. Randy Fine and President Trump are fighting to halt the border invasion, stop skyrocketing property insurance prices, protect access to Medicare and Social Security, and stand up to the anti-Trump cabal in Washington. On April 1st, put America first. Send Trump-endorsed Randy Fine to Congress, because if Florida falls, America could be next.
I'm Randy Fine, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Randy Fine for Congress and the Republican Party of Florida.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
1 in 4 women and 1 in 9 men experience domestic or sexual violence in their lifetime. But you can help make a difference. Join the No More Week Challenge, a virtual walk-run to raise awareness and funds to support survivors of abuse. You can complete it anywhere, anytime this March. Whether it's 1 mile or 20, every step you take will help more survivors get access to life-saving resources like counseling, legal aid, and other support services. Sign up today at nomore.org/challenge. Together, let's go the distance for survivors.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock. This is
And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. Thank you for being with us, friend. And your podcast will be waiting for you just a little bit from right now over on thenewsjunkie.com. In this segment, we're going to talk about the virtues of the Enlightenment era. We're
Number
going to talk
one.
about the political disruptions caused by the internet in the modern era.
And we're going to read War and Peace.
We're going to read War and Peace from cover to cover in this very segment right here on the show.
To kick it off, the big paragraph that they start with in Star Wars.
Yes, we'll do that. How much time do we have just to reflect?
2 minutes.
How are we going to do this fast enough? You know what we'll have to do? What if we just skip all the way to the end and do this? Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
You see, that's our fun way of telling you you've been ripped off. This is a segment that's going to be incredibly short. I'm sorry. Sorry that you put your time in the commercial mines, digging away, and then you come back and you just get little tiny morsels.
But congrats, stories that made the cut and the dispatches.
Yeah, those are in there. We're blazing good, just blazing good. Those will come up on the show tomorrow. Today, I learned this thing.
Jaws, Superman, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is correct. Yes. J.K. Simmons, who is a great actor. Love J.K. Simmons. He's in some cool stuff. He found out he landed the role of J. Jonah Jameson from a kid who was part of a Spider-Man fan club website.
Really?
They leaked the news before his agent informed him officially 3 hours later. A little kid with a Spider-Man website was getting the jump on him. And
Good
fast
on that
forward
kid.
to the end. Today I learned this song right here.
Come on, baby, while the
Come on, baby.
feeling's on. Come on, baby, let's have some fun.
You guys thought? Come on, baby, let the good times roll. That'll work. It's an old one. And the parents of the singer in this, Shirley from Shirley and Lee, thought this song was so controversial they could not give their daughter the money for the studio time to record this track. And I always love these because I think, like, how is this controversial at some point in time?
Wait till she starts talking about her teas.
So milquetoast. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same